Welcome back, everyone. And once again, I brought a guest that's backed by popular demand. Popular demand because many of you guys have wanted me to actually bring him back because he was here about 11 days ago. But before that, let me give a quick recap of what we've been doing here on Tony Vision. A couple of days ago, actually 3 days ago, we had Alex Cervantes Enterprise. If you guys didn't get a chance, go check that one out. That's where we discuss pretty much trending topics. And for those of you guys that are wondering what trending is, Haktua is trending, and that's what we talked about, at least one of the things. Before that, about 10 days ago, we had Lady Lux, some dope female Latina artist from the IE. Definitely check that one out. And then 11 days ago, we had, once again, Brando, where we discussed the flat earth and so many other conspiracy theories.
Yes.
So, but we're back, and today, I hope you guys watch the debate between Biden and Trump. We're just going to go ahead and get into it. So, without further ado, please allow me to welcome back, and a round of applause for Brando.
Yes, thank you.
Brando, how are you?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. You know what? I'm glad you're back. I know that you were here about 11 days ago. A lot of people were, bring them back. You're back. So how did you enjoy your first time here last week?
I enjoyed it a lot. I received a lot of great feedback. My friends that viewed it, friends that I hold in high esteem, they're like, yo, like that was really, really good. Like it was dope. You know, so it made me feel good.
That's good. You dropped a lot of names. You dropped a lot of knowledge. You dropped a lot of info. And once again, if you guys didn't get a chance, go check out. Once again, it was After Dark with Brando, and that was 11 days ago. And some of the things that we talked about was, once again, flat earth, interdimensional beings. Yeah, we talked about so many dope things. Now, we're just going to go ahead and jump right into it with tonight's debate with Trump and Biden. I'm not much of a politician. I don't really dabble a lot in politics, but I do believe that we do need a new president, okay? Now, respectfully, I'm going to say this, Brando. When Trump was first running, the media manipulated a lot of not only whites, blacks, and Latinos. And when I say Latinos, Mexican, whether you're Colombia, whatever.
Right.
That Trump was this racist guy, racist. Okay. He gets out after 4 years. In comes in Biden. People want Trump back. The same guy that they wanted out.
Right.
Now they want him back.
Right.
Now, to me, after watching tonight's debate, I probably didn't watch like the last 15 minutes of it, but we watched it earlier. Here were the rules. They were going to give him two commercial breaks, I think within a 2-hour span.
Okay.
They were going to give them, Biden was asking for a chair, and he was denied that. He wanted to sit down.
Really?
Yeah, he wanted to sit down.
Oh, I thought they would have pumped him up with enough Adderall to where he would, be able to stay up.
Then no live studio audience, which to me, I thought that was a bum. Okay. Then they said that when the speaker's not speaking, they're turning off your mic.
Right.
That's why it didn't seem so much like a debate to me. Because I know Trump would have
fired back, like talked crap like he did with the first debate between him and Hillary Clinton back in 2016. That debate was lively.
Exactly.
That's what gets me fired. Because I'm anti-establishment. I hate the establishment. I hate politics, like just business as usual type of approach. You know what I mean? No, we need somebody to shake stuff up. So
absolutely. And that's why I think, that's how they were trying to muzzle Trump in a sense by just not letting him talk, because I think it would have rattled Biden and his peanut brain wouldn't have been able to fire back at all.
Right.
One thing that I will say that I was surprised from Biden, that his health actually held up for 2 hours.
Right. So what did he take? Because remember, the premise, or what Trump was saying prior to the debate, was that he wanted Biden to take a drug test. But that never happened. But he agreed to do the debate regardless. but I think that's I don't think that's a big ask. I mean, if you're not hiding anything, because they found the bag of Coke in the White House.
Right.
Right? And there's only X amount of people that could have got that in there. I mean, we've all been young at one point in time.
Exactly.
So I'm not trying to like just rake them over the coals or judge them for it, but when you're the president of the United States, it's not a good look.
It's not a good look. Alex, can you go ahead and put up that picture of Biden? This was posted before he actually went live. Okay. And this picture was actually on his Instagram. So I just screenshotted it. This one right here. He's holding up a can.
Okay.
And I think the caption, you guys can go on his, I didn't even know this guy even had a Instagram. Obviously, he doesn't run it.
Right.
Because he could barely even find out where in the hell he's even going.
How to exit the stage, right.
See, and that's why he tripped me out on how somewhat he was so alert today.
Mm-hmm.
So they had to jack his ass up with something, bro. Okay.
I mean, I think meth. I mean, back in the day, they used to shoot up JFK with meth.
Really?
Yeah, because that's why you would see him like in super cold weather, and he would not be wearing a jacket, just a shirt and a tie, and he had back issues. But they would shoot him up. I mean, because you have the best doctors around you, and they could administrate anything that they want, and everything is confidential, and there's zero disclosure.
Yeah. Wow.
So I wouldn't put it past the government to shoot Biden up with whatever. Some people say Adderall. Obviously, there's the cocaine issue. I would think like meth, because when you're dealing with dementia, I mean, at least that's speeding up your motor. I mean, your thinking skills.
And the other rule, no teleprompter. That's when I said, okay, this is why I'm somewhat impressed with Biden right now, because how is he remembering?
Right. But do you see the confused look on his face through the whole debate?
Through the whole debate.
I can't even imitate it. It's just he just looks ridiculous.
Yes. Wait, now put up the other picture. The other one, it actually shows the can. It says "get jacked up" or "get jacked" or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he has his eyes red, get real jacked. And then what else does it say? Read it. Okay, but can you read it to the mic, please?
Yeah, it says on the top it says zero malarkey, and then Biden. And then under that it says "get real, Jack." It's just water.
Right. Now, I don't know if he's selling it or that was just something to post up. But I wouldn't put a president with red eyes, bro. That just looks evil.
Right. Yeah, I can't see it from here, but
as a matter of fact, I'll show it to you.
We've seen the red beaming eyes memes.
See?
Oh, get real, Jack. It's just water.
Okay, now let me show you the other one.
It's like a can cozy or something.
See, look at. And he took it right before he went live.
Oh.
So, okay.
Okay, I wasn't aware of that.
Okay, now let's go to the obvious for me. Mm-hmm. Okay, we'll tackle this one.
Okay.
By the time, Biden's about to be 86. Trump's about to be 82. These are older men, okay? This is the voters' concern, their age. Mm-hmm. Are their ages a concern to you?
No, I mean, it's based on your ability. I mean, Trump can articulate and shoot off the cuff. He doesn't need a teleprompter. He does rallies. I mean, constantly. This dude is working like he's like a rock star. You know what I mean?
Right.
And he uses the same lines and stuff like that. But familiarity breeds acceptance. It's like if I'm an artist and I'm performing in Boston, I'm going to take the same show to Philadelphia. I'm going to take the same show to Houston. I'm going to take the show because they haven't heard it in those other states. And you can't count on the fact that people are familiar with that dialogue because people are working and they're busy, you know what I mean? So they're not able to catch every rally unless you're super duper into it, well, like me, but unless you're super duper into it, you know what I mean? So age, I mean, with age comes wisdom.
Right.
That's my thought process.
I look at Trump doesn't seem like he's about to be an 82 guy.
Right.
Okay. Biden, bro, I've been saying this for a long time. He looks like he's about a week away from dementia if he's not there already.
Right.
Because you look at all these clips that they show on the news, that they show on social media, where he's just walking and he's lost.
Do you see him when he's shaking invisible hands, like greeting invisible people?
Yeah.
I mean, that shit is crazy.
Yeah, there was a part in the debate. Before we actually, let's just start right here, okay?
Okay.
One of the first questions that they asked was about the economy, about inflation. One thing that I saw that they asked them, it's been the inflation, the economy has gone down, inflation has gone up under your administration. How do you answer that? Here's what I heard, and correct me if I'm wrong, because that was the very first question. All he did was do the same thing Barack Obama did. Everybody said, well, Barack Obama, he's blaming Bush because he's cleaning up Bush's mess. Let's just be fair right now, okay? Every president that walks into Oval Office steps into debt.
Right.
Every single one of them.
Right.
But you're never going to get it fixed by blaming the Brando was here before me. It's Brando's fault.
Right. And
Brando,
that's what they do.
Yeah,
they
Brando
deflect and blame.
Brando took a shit and didn't flush. I'm still flushing.
Not even a courtesy flush.
Right, exactly. And I'm like, this is not what I want to hear, bro.
Right.
They asked you a question. Why is the economy down, inflation up? Bro, a gallon of orange juice out here is about $8 now.
I know.
Okay.
Eggs. I mean, just the common, the everyday, I wouldn't call them necessities, but just the everyday type of foods that. It's
double.
Right.
It's double. I mean, I know because, okay, I worked in dairy at Rouse at the distribution center. I see the prices. We ship all that stuff to all the Ralph markets and the food for that, so I know what it costs. And now buying a $8 fucking gallon of orange juice, that's just like gold.
Right.
Like I've been telling my grandbabies, you better sip that. You better sip that. Take your time.
It's because of the gas prices and the inflation.
Yeah.
And that combine those two together is a double whammy, and that's why we're seeing like a 300% increase in a lot of these products.
If you can recall his answer when he came to the economy being down, inflation being up, he played a lot of the blame game once again on Trump. Same way Barack Obama did it to Bush.
Right.
Is this how we fix things, man? By blaming the last guy?
No, that's just politics as usual. That's what they do. They're politicians. They're professional liars. You know what I mean? They everything's rehearsed. Everything's choreographed. Even their hand movements and stuff like that. Like Cory Booker's like one of the worst, and the other dude who's the what's his name? But everything is rehearsed. The guy that replaced Nancy Pelosi. But everything is just rehearsed and trained, and they get focus groups. Oh, this answer tested well. This one didn't test well, so we're going to use this answer, which is why I appreciate Trump, because he shoots off the cuff and is just like, doesn't care about being politically correct. That's what attracts me to him. Like, that's what I love about him.
Yeah, and Trump pretty much said, and once again, I'm just going to paraphrase what he said, that the economy was up, inflation was down, the cost of living was good. But it's sad that during that time, you had the left still blaming Trump, that he's a racist, that he's this, that he's that.
Right.
Now that he's out of office, we see everything that he predicted was going to happen.
How does he do that? He's always 5 steps ahead.
Businessman. He's been around, the block a couple of times, as they say. Okay, but it's sad that we could see the signs. Like, look, if you're going to vote for Biden, I'm convinced now that you're just doing it because you just don't like Trump.
Right.
Not because Biden is doing something great.
Right.
I just don't like you, so I'm voting for him.
Right.
And a lot of us, we use this, bro. A lot, especially Latinos. We say, well, I'm not going to vote because my vote doesn't matter anyways. So here's what I'm going to tell you. If you don't vote, then don't talk shit.
Exactly.
Don't say anything. You have no
skin in the game. You have no skin in the game.
As a matter of fact, I don't even want to talk to you. If you don't vote, don't tell me, well, they're just puppets and they're just... Don't say shit, bro.
Right.
At least, even if you vote for whoever, let your voice be heard and stick by that vote.
Right.
But if you don't vote, don't tell me shit.
Right.
And anyways, let's go. Now, Trump said, and I think this is true. Now, this is a conspiracy theory question I'm going to ask you.
Okay.
Trump gets in office. They asked him about the economy, inflation, etc., and he says, we were hit with COVID. Is it possible that they released COVID on him on purpose?
Absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely. Even his Mike Pompeo. If you research and look at some of the press, like the press conferences when it pertains to COVID, Pompeo says this is a live exercise, and Trump utters under his breath, "Well, then you should have said something." That's a Secretary of State.
Right.
Of the State Department, Mike Pompeo. So he was even surrounded by people that are supposed to be his allies, that their establishment.
Right.
Their establishment. And that's what I don't think people understand. Like, I can't stand the Bushes. You know what I mean? I can't stand any of those people because they're establishment Republicans. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's why when Trump came in and started stirring stuff up, I'm like, well, yeah, this is what I wanted to hear. I mean, I don't like the establishment, business as usual. I believe that it's a uniparty. It's one uniparty. The idea of there being two different sides is just an illusion, because they're going to manipulate the game and just, edge things in to bring them into fruition the way that they want them to begin with. And he went and stirred it up. Like, even like the January 6th stuff, like they brought that up in the debate today too. Mm-hmm. And his the head of the DOD, Chris Miller, Kash Patel, all these people that are supposed to be advocating for him, they were doing him dirty. General Flynn doing him dirty. General Flynn was behind the Proud Boys and the Oath Keepers and all that stuff. Roger Stone is a piece of shit. But to the public eye, they're saying the right things, they're doing the right things, they're advocating for Trump, but they're not his allies.
Well, why? Okay, one thing that I can see about Trump and that I like about him, he has balls. He'll straight tell you, you know what? And in so many words, Putin ain't gonna do shit.
Right.
I'll
stop this war first day in office.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. I really don't have any quarrels or qualms with Putin. I really don't, because what people try to conflate is that the Soviet Union is the same as Russia. No, it's two separate things.
Yeah.
The Soviet Union fell. Russia is a whole different ballgame.
Right.
And again, like we touched upon on the last podcast, like Ukraine, that's Azov Battalion. They're Nazis.
Okay. Today, we have this, and it's funny because I get this one specific follower on Instagram, and I know he's watching. He's always coming at me. You Trumper, you dick rider, and all this stuff. Whatever.
Right.
Under this administration, we have probably more men in dresses and in wigs running around, than we've ever had before. I mean, we've even had them in the White House. Trans women, trans men, and Biden calls them some of the most bravest people. Okay, then send them into the draft.
Right.
The women that think they're men, send them. The men that think they're women, send them too. Because you're saying that, they're going to start up a draft and they're going to start even involving women. Send them too.
Right.
Okay, now, I asked a big shout out to Marvelous a question here. And I'm going to answer the same question because Trump said it. He said, under this administration, no country respects the U.S. So I'm going to ask you, under this administration, does anybody fear us? Does anybody respect us outside?
No, not at all. I mean, when you have a president that doesn't even know how to get off stage, I mean, why do you think they're pulling what they're pulling? Why do you think they're doing what they're doing with BRICS and devaluing the petrodollar, which is our U.S. dollar? It's based on oil, right? And they're changing the whole thing. I think personally, part of me feels like, again, this is like a controlled demolition. Alex kind of brought that up the last time. This is a controlled demolition, and I kind of feel, I mean, like some of this stuff Trump is letting happen so it doesn't fall under his watch, but we go back to the gold standard. We need to go back to the gold standard where the dollar is based on gold, not based on oil. And so that's what this whole BRIC situation is. But then we have cryptocurrency, and we can't let the central banks control that either. We need to end the Fed. We need to end the Fed and bring back sovereignty to our dollar, in my personal opinion.
Why do you think this administration and the Democrats and the left wingers, why do they hate Trump so much? Why? It's almost like we cannot afford to have him back in office.
Because he's a threat to the establishment.
Exactly.
He's a threat to the establishment. That's what it is.
And why do you think he's a threat? Well, we already know he's not cut from the same cloth that they are.
Right.
So.
Because they have a Marxist communist agenda. That's what it is. And he's trying to bring sovereignty back. He's trying to stop that. Say, whoa, no, you're not going there. And we're going to bring sovereignty back to the United States. Now, on the flip side of that coin, I'm not like an American apple pie type of guy. You know what I mean? Ask me, do I think that we won the Revolutionary War? No. Was the Civil War based on slavery? No. Was George Washington a good guy? No. Was Abraham Lincoln a good guy? No. They were all pieces of shit. You know what I mean? We've been lied to the majority of our life. And I think because of technology and all this, the information highway, we're able to educate ourselves and be able to realize these things. The Civil War was not based on slavery. Abraham Lincoln, think the opposite. Just always think the opposite. Honest Abe? No, he was not honest. He was a liar.
Honest Abe.
He wasn't even born in a log cabin and all that stuff. All that stuff that they sell us in their history books where we're growing up as kids, no. All you have to do is just dig a little bit deeper and you'll find out the truth. George Washington, I cannot tell a lie. I chopped down the cherry tree. You think he literally chopped down? No, the cherry tree was a flag. It was the sovereign flag that existed prior to the United States. The flag that we fly, where the stripes go horizontally, that's a bullshit flag. That's a military flag. That's a war flag. And who are they declaring war on? Us, the citizens. I fly a flag where the stripes go up and down. That's a sovereign civil flag. So, and then people drive by like, hey, why are you flying that flag? You need to do the research. You got to find out why I'm flying that flag.
I remember I was in second grade, and there was a guy that came from Mexico. I won't say his name because I know he watches, but you know who you are. But he's a good guy. Uh-huh. He barely knew how to speak English. And the teacher was teaching history and said, George Washington never told a lie. And he goes, that's a lie.
He was right.
Yeah, he was right. And of course, he got in trouble.
Right.
But he got in trouble for telling the truth.
Right.
Don't sit there and tell me that motherfucker never told a lie, bro. So,
right.
Anyways. Okay. Biden has said, Trump has said something like, what this man has done, what this man has done is criminal. Talking about the shit that he did behind fucking closed doors and out in the open as well.
Right.
Okay. Another one of Trump's quotes, our border is considered the most dangerous place in the world.
It's porous.
Okay. Do you agree with that?
I do.
Okay. Well, why do you think? Look, people got mad because Trump said, build a wall.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, remember?
But let me tell you something. Many ignorant people, okay, who have not been taught, who are not educated, and a lot of them stupid by choice.
Right. Ignorant, low information voters.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, I'm not calling people stupid. I'm calling people that should be doing their research and don't do it. Mm-hmm. You see the facts, but you're just like, I got my mind made up.
Right.
Okay. People interpret build a wall as keeping Mexicans out.
Right. And that's not the case.
It's not the case.
Do you remember in the movie Scarface, and they let all the people out of prison and then let them pour into Florida? Yeah. That's exactly what's going on right now.
Yeah.
They're empty. And he says it. Trump says it. They're emptying their prisons. They're emptying their
drug dealers,
mental asylums.
Yes.
Just like, just bad people. and they're coming through here daily. So it has nothing to do, and I kind of touched on it our last conversation, but it has nothing to do with Mexican or, I had my family reunion a few weeks ago, and my ancestors came legally from Zacatecas, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And but they did it legally. I mean, you can come through legally. Just do it legally. You know, but when you're given a free for all, you're not monitoring. You're not being able to vet those people that are coming in.
Okay.
I mean,
okay. According under Biden's administration, these borders are open. Anybody can come through.
Mm-hmm.
Why did he do that?
For the voting demographic. See, so COVID came and killed a lot of people.
Yeah.
So now you wiped out those people, and now you bring in a new demographic, and you're giving them EBT cards and hotel rooms and vouchers and whatever. So who do you think they're going to vote for?
Yeah. Okay.
It's a free ride. They have to replace the voting, the voter demographic to cater to, you know what I mean, to them, so that they can win.
Something to go along with that. One of the questions was to Biden to secure the border. Like, why should we trust you to secure the border? Because he's saying, "Oh, we're gonna secure. We're gonna do this. We're gonna." Bro, you haven't done it in 4 fucking years,
Right?
So maybe build the wall wasn't that bad of an idea.
Wasn't a bad idea at all. I mean, how else are you supposed to be a country without sovereignty, without having borders? Try. Anybody that's listening right now, if you have a DUI, if you got a 502, try going to Canada and see if they're going to let you in. The answer is no. Try it. I dare you. You're not going to be able to get into Canada. Oh, are they racist? No. They just give a shit about, who they let into their country. So why are we demonized for feeling the same way?
I think it's tougher to get into Disneyland because they got a metal detector. They check your pockets. They check all your belongings. But our borders, you can just walk in.
You just walk in. Just walk in. But the worst part about it is that they're human trafficking. They're child sex trafficking.
Yes.
They're doing all. So, but let's put the drugs aside. Like, we'll take the drugs because you know what? I guess to each his own. I mean, there's some libertarians out there. Hey, if you want to do a line of coke or whatever, but when you're cutting it with fentanyl or whatever, that's a different story. But all that aside, child sex trafficking and human trafficking, and it's females and children that are being affected by it, and they're getting raped while they're coming through. You know what I mean?
Right.
And all of these, you see these photos and images of, people walking across the border, and it makes it look like, oh, these poor people. No, that's George Soros. Those are NGOs. Those are non-government organizations that are funding these people, and they're not walking. They're driving, and then they hop out the bus for a photo shoot. And they're wearing, like, Nikes and or Adidas, and you know what I mean? It's like, if you're seeking asylum, it's because things are so rough on that other side that your whole family's endangered. Then that makes sense to me. But that's not the case. But that's the way they frame it.
Alex, quick question. Do you have that picture that we posted up? I believe it was with you. It was the poll between Republicans and Democrats. Do you remember that one? Can you find it for us, please? Okay, I want to show you a poll. I thought I still had it here. Mm-hmm. I wanted to show it to you before we put it up, but if I can't find it, okay, there it is right there. Put it in the middle, and then can you read it to us, please? I want to show you something.
Okay.
Since you're talking about women and children.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right here it says, not one Democrat voted to protect women or girls. Let that sink in. And so on the caption, that was the caption. Now the title, it says Protection of Women and Girls in Sports Act.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So what it was women that track, women swimming, women whatever. Mm-hmm. Keep men that think they're women out of women's sports. Mm-hmm. The Republicans voted for yay, keep them out.
Right.
Not one Democrat said yay, but all the Democrats said nay. What that tells me, I'm just going to say it, okay? Mm-hmm. You Democrats do not care for women, for older women, for just women in general, bro.
Right.
Young women. You don't care.
They don't.
You know, so that's why when I told this other guy that's always in my fucking DM, I go, bro, first of all, I'm not even going to talk to you because you don't care for fucking women. You don't care for fucking children.
Right.
You don't fucking care.
Right.
All you want to do is talk shit about Trump. I don't give a shit what you say about Trump. Okay. But when you don't stand up for women and for children, I ain't got shit to say to you, bro. You're a piece of shit.
And I think that's why Trump is resonating with minorities, is because we do have family values.
Yes.
As minorities, Black, African Americans, Mexican Americans. We love our mamas. We love our daddies. We love our children, you know, to the best. I mean, no one's perfect, you know what I'm saying? But we love the family. It's called the nuclear family structure.
Right.
That's what it's called. So it's like, we care about that.
Yeah.
And they thought they were going to be able to get away with it. Like, oh, no, you know what I mean? Inclusion and equality. And
Equality.
No, those are illusions.
Right.
Those are illusions.
You had mentioned...
They're plucking on your heartstring, on your emotions.
That's exactly what it is. Mm-hmm. You mentioned that you have 4 daughters.
I do.
Okay. I don't know their ages. We'll leave it at that.
Okay.
Let's say you have one that's 19 years old and she's competed so much. Dad, I'm finally going to run. It's a state championship. And here comes this fucking idiot kid with the wig, so he identifies as a girl and smokes everybody, bro. Mm-hmm. Is that really fair?
No.
How can somebody say it is fair? Where did he get that from?
Because you're supposed to love everybody and accept everybody for who they are. And that's the plucking on the heartstrings.
That's that Joe Osteen shit.
Right.
So
prosperity preaching.
That's that shit. That I look at a motherfucker crazy every time he quotes Joe Osteen.
Yeah.
So Joe Osteen.
And then there's the other guy, William something Dollar. His last name's actually Dollar.
Creflo Dollar, I'll name him. TD Jakes, the power bottom. Benny Sin. What's that other?
Oh, what's the other guy?
Joke Myers. Kenneth Copeland. That guy.
That dude is a demon.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen his eyes?
Yes,
like,
I've seen him.
He's not.
He claims to be prosperous, but yet he bought his airplane from Tyler Perry, another trans guy.
Right.
You know,
Right. Kenneth, oh man, that's awesome that you bring it. Yes. Fuck all of them.
He secured a place in heaven.
Yeah, okay, look. Just on a side note, TD Jakes is admired by a lot of people. Oprah Winfrey, Tyler Perry, all of this shit. If Jesus was a real man, he came with the message of love, and the world hated him. Mm-hmm. The world couldn't get along with him, but the world gets along with Joe Osteen and TD Snakes.
Jesus said, I came to create division.
Yeah.
So let me tell you something.
Yes.
Whether one believes that dude, and I don't disrespect when I say that dude, but if one believes that Jesus physically existed or not, whatever, okay, let's put them. If you focus on the words in red in the Bible,
yes.
if you just focus on the teachings, it doesn't matter if he physically existed or not. You just take those teachings and apply them to your life. Those teachings are profound.
Yes.
That's where I'm at in my life. Like, words in red, bro.
Okay.
That's words in red, bro.
Okay, so now, say I'm one of those guys that claim to be a man of the cloth, and everybody respects me, and Oprah loves me, and Tyler Perry loves me too, and I'm supposed to be preaching like the what is that word? The inerrant word of God, right? Uh-huh. But yeah, you see me at a puffy party frequently.
Yeah, at a what do they call him? What does he call the after parties? A freak out with cameras running everywhere. I'm gonna say that people were saying that he was a power bottom, that he likes to give it back. Okay, and people wanted to expose him. Okay, but I'm gonna do something different. Okay, you want to expose a 60-something-year-old man who's probably close to 70. He's supposed to be a pastor, supposed to be a father, supposed to be a grandfather. Okay, cool, whatever. He's a power bottom. But what about the motherfuckers that was getting him from behind? Expose those motherfuckers too. Right.
They were born on a grandpa in the pasture.
Right.
Expose them too.
Right.
Not just him. Right. We already know he's a power bottom, according to allegedly,
Well, he had Usher and supposedly and Justin Bieber and
Justin Bolas,
a slew of others.
So many other people, bro. And you know what? I'm still waiting for all those actors and journalists and sports athletes to leave the country because they said that if Trump won, they were going to leave.
Right.
And they are still here.
Mm-hmm.
All of them are still here. You know why? Because there is no country like this one, bro.
There isn't.
Go somewhere else and go get welfare, bro.
The way the founding fathers, again, and I'm not apple pie eating, you know what I mean?
Just give us the history, homie.
They set it up. They set it up for us to fail, but they gave us some wiggle room. And if we can just adhere to but they expected us to fail. But if we can just adhere to the parameters of the Constitution, we win. We win. We win. It's just our ignorance and the influence of, the powers that be and stuff. Right. They've steered things a certain way, and we're just lost in the dark.
Okay, so now let me see. We have this. Trump said this. Under his administration, we had the safest border in history. Now we have the worst border in history. Mm-hmm. You agree with that?
I do.
Okay.
I do. I mean, again, human trafficking, child sex trafficking, fentanyl. And the fentanyl's coming from China. So China obviously has some type of dialogue or relationship with the cartel members in Mexico, and because they're getting the raw ingredients from there, and they're making it in Mexico, and then they're shipping it through, and they're killing our youth, and that's by design. It's called infiltration versus invasion, meaning we're too big and strong. We have a huge military. You know what I mean? No one's going to come and try to take us on like head to head, toe to toe. They're going to infiltrate, and they've infiltrated every part of our government.
We're going to go ahead and weaken them with TikTok and drugs.
TikTok, drugs, fucking all that family values. That's communism at its finest.
Family values and take away man's masculinity.
Right.
We're going to be finding a bunch of dudes that
and then we got a General Milley running around, you know what I mean? Or the other one, the one wearing a wig and stuff like that. And it just makes us look terrible on the world stage.
I know.
Infiltration versus invasion, or it's called the fifth column.
Okay. Another question was the immigration question about deporting illegals because illegals killing citizens. They come over here, and it's been on the news a lot. A lot of these dudes.
They're wilding out.
Yes, they're wilding out.
Because they have no morals. They have no moral compass. They don't have any family values. They don't, you know what I mean? Part of me feels like, well, they got dealt a bad hand, but still, that's not an excuse to come over here. Who's the young woman that they rape? I mean, they're butchering people. They're cutting people up, and they're not even like doing a swift shooting you in the head. They're like chopping you up into pieces and stuff like that. I mean, that's just sick.
Do you believe that these people should be deported, should get out of here?
Absolutely.
I agree with you, too.
Absolutely.
Now, please.
So Trump's saying that the first day in office, he's going to have the largest mass deportation.
Yes.
See, people are like, oh, well, my grandma's here illegally. He's not going after your grandma.
And let me just say this again, because I think I have to repeat this for the people in the back. Mm-hmm. He's not going after Mexicans, bro.
No.
But that's what we think immediately when we say immigration.
We think the border, we think Mexico.
Yes.
No. It's not the case, and that's what I was trying to allude to the last time I was here. It's not the case. Like, stop thinking. Don't take it as if you're Mexican American, like I am. I'm proud of my heritage. Like I said, I just went to my family reunion. We had over 300 plus members there. We wear color coordinated T-shirts. I'm an Arroyo. I wear yellow. We have the Garcias in red. We have the Cesates in purple. We have beige from our family in Arizona. My great-grandfather owned a dance hall in Mesa, and my grandfather was the manager, and all the brothers played in the band. My Uncle Manuel played with, like, Willie Bobo and Poncho Sanchez. You know what I mean? So I have a deep-rooted history, like, with being proud of my ethnicity and being proud of the musicianship. That's what got me, why I'm working in the industry, right? Because I just grew up around it, and they would, at all of our family functions, my Uncle Hank, my Uncle Louis, my Uncle Manuel, they'd all be playing. And I was like, this is what I'm being exposed to, like at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, years old.
Right.
But they loved us too. So it was like a combination of everything. So I'm proud to be a Mexican American. But we came and assimilated. We assimilate. Meaning we came here for a reason because there was more opportunity and we're going to adapt. So assimilation is just like adapting to and soaking in the culture that's here in the United States. That's all that is.
Yeah. So,
and there's nothing wrong with that in my personal opinion.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. And part of what Trump was saying was that all these people that are coming in and Biden is housing them, getting in jobs. They're taking away jobs from people that are from over here.
Mm-hmm. And that's affecting the black community. That's affecting the African American community.
We're going to go there. We're going to go there.
Okay.
Now, there was another thing that they were talking about foreign policy, Russia versus Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
Trump has said Putin only invaded Ukraine because he didn't respect our leadership / president.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't scared.
Right. He didn't feel intimidated.
No,
he didn't think there was going to be any pushback from Biden. Because, okay, so Biden, his son Hunter, was made chairman of a board or, some high-ranking level of Burisma. Burisma is a Ukrainian company. So there's so much dirt. Putin knew there's no way they're going to push back.
Right.
We can expose all of this stuff. He also brought up the 51 intelligence individuals from the intelligence agencies that deemed that Hunter Biden's laptop was Russian disinformation. I got kicked off of Instagram for that. You know what I mean? What I was saying like 6 years ago, you're spreading disinformation. Got 2-3 strikes, boom, they kicked me off. So, I have another account, but the account that I have, so East Side Story Original Playboy, that's just based on music. But
I remember that page.
Yeah, so he's just, and he told if they didn't fire the prosecutor looking into Burisma Holdings or whatever, that they were gonna, they weren't gonna get their $1 billion of our taxpayer money. He was gonna tell them, nope, stop that. So he's so compromised. Putin knows he's not going to be able to do anything. Yeah. And he's in bed with China. His son too, Hunter too.
Right.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, when I look at some of the footage on Hunter Biden's laptop, I'm like, damn, that dude's having a lot of fun. But
they recently just dropped some footage of him with that one chick, remember?
Right. I mean, but this dude's hitting the pipa and we got 3 hookers and you know what I mean? Like, well,
YOLO.
I guess, yeah. But you can't do that. You know what I mean?
You can't do that.
But I've seen some other photos from the laptop where he's got little kids and it's just fucking.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, he's fucking sickening. Fucking sick. That's where I draw the line. You know what I mean?
I'm surprised because I know Donald Trump knows that. Mm-hmm. I'm surprised Donald Trump didn't throw that fucking curveball at him today.
I think timing is everything, and once he gets back in the office, everything's going to get unleashed. But I've been waiting 8 years for this to happen. That's what's been so frustrating for me.
Alex, how long has that question been up in the poll? Okay, go ahead and read it to us.
Okay, 49 minutes ago, 226 votes. The question is, who won tonight? 5% said Biden. 54% said Trump, and 41% said these nuts.
I respect that.
Okay. Now, okay. Then, Trump throws in that Biden gave Ukraine $200 billion.
Taxpayer money. Let's emphasize taxpayer money. That's our money.
Taxpayer money. Mm-hmm. $200 billion. Mm-hmm. Okay. I don't even know what to say about that, bro. Okay, let's move on.
Azov Battalion. And they're Nazis. That's the thing. Azov Battalion are Nazis. And what the Ukrainians do to children as well is sickening. I mean, I saw this one video of like a Russian like general speak, and these are tough guys, you know what I mean? Right. And he's just crying because of what he saw when they came in and you know, took over this place where the Ukrainians were just taking children and doing what they do to them, and then just leaving them there for dead. They're babies. Yeah. We talk about babies. I mean, and when I refer to a baby, I'm saying like, if you're under like 10 and under, you're a baby to me. You know what I mean?
Yes, exactly. Bro, I mean, okay, look, I'm going to say this. I've interviewed young women here. The youngest one that I've interviewed was 17 years old. That was Bella, the rapper. And one thing that I appreciated from her was that her mother came with her manager came with her.
Right.
Another one, I forgot how old she was. She might have been 19, 18 years old. I'm not sure. That was a girl named J-Rox. She came with her father. Okay. I love it when they have family members involved in their life.
Right.
I've had women that have shown up here, early 20s, by themselves and want to drink.
Right.
And I'm like, you know, I don't know about that. Now, my whole point in sharing that is when I look at these young girls, 17, 19, 18, 20, 21, 22, mm-hmm. coming from a father that has daughters, 30-year-old, 28-year-old, mm-hmm. they're still my babies.
Right.
So if I look at my daughters as my babies, how much more do I look at these young women right here?
Right.
They're babies.
They're babies.
So when you say 10 and under, believe me, I agree with you.
Right.
You know,
right.
Like my babies, my grandbaby just turned 6 yesterday.
Oh, okay. Congratulations.
Thank you. Those mm-hmm. are my babies.
Yeah.
You know, and it's hard to me.
And you want to protect their innocence.
Yes, bro. Yes. That's all I want to say.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong.
So when I hear horrible stories like that, bro.
Yeah.
And then we're breaking them off with some money. Mm-hmm. I'm good, bro.
Right.
So another question was given: Hamas attacks Israel. Okay, how will you get Hamas and Israel to end the war? That was to Trump. I'm sorry, it was to Biden first.
So he's walking a slippery slope on that one, right? Yes. You know that because it's more of the right that is pro-Israel and the left, and Biden's supposed to be the left, is pro-Palestine. So that's why I think a lot of his polling numbers have gone down as well, because you can't figure out, he's not just like putting a line in the sand and saying, I'm rolling with Palestine. And that's what his voter base wants to hear. Yeah. Is rolling with Palestine. It's the right that is pro-Israel. Now, did you see the video footage of when Hamas broke through the Israeli border?
I've seen a lot of footage. I'm not sure.
They came on a hang glider and like 3 fucking mopeds. And there was no IDFs, meaning Israeli Defense Force soldiers. There was nobody there. It was by design. It was by design. They allowed that to happen. If you look up the motto of the Mossad, says, give me a second.
Go for it.
Mossad.
Did you put up another question or not yet?
No. Motto.
Okay. I'll give you one in a second.
It's
okay.
By way of deception. That's what it is. By way of deception, thou shalt make war. That's the Mossad motto. They control both sides of the situation, yeah. and it contributes to the neocons, meaning the neoconservatives. Like they want war because they're in bed with the military-industrial complex, so they're getting chipped off by all the military contractors and stuff like that. That's what it is. So when I see one hang glider and 3 mopeds cutting through a fence, driving miles inside of Israel and supposedly killing young kids at a rave, you're insulting my intelligence. That didn't happen.
Yeah.
But Hamas, we created Hamas.
Okay. Now, Trump, 34 felonies. Does Trump have the right to go after every one of his opponents that pretty much, if he would have stepped into office, do you think he has the right to go after all of those people that came up with those?
They drew first blood.
Okay.
They weaponized the Justice Department. So I don't think it would be necessarily him like going after them. I think it's just more like righting a wrong.
Right, correct. Mm-hmm. Okay. Would you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm surprised he's displayed as much patience as he has thus far. I would have done that in my first term of office. I would have gone after Hillary. I would have gone after all of them. But he has... optics is very important in politics. So if you move too fast, the common dum-dum, get offended.
Okay. Then the other question was like, and then Biden says this stupid thing. He says, Donald Trump and his MAGA followers are out to destroy this country. Like, when the fuck did you get that from? Okay, anyways. Now, we're just giving our reaction to tonight's debate. Doesn't necessarily mean, because I know people are going to say, the motherfuckers are Trump dick riders.
No.
Okay.
No, because, all right, so for example, like, I think he's great. But there's one thing that, and just to show that, I'm not like totally, everything Trump says is golden.
Right.
I don't like the way that he emboldens police officers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Because you can't give them a free pass. Because we all been in situations where the cops have done us wrong.
Right.
And again, it goes back to Freemasonry, because a lot of them are Freemasons. So it's like, don't embolden these people. Like, we need to weed out all of the bad ones. And then, the ones that are really here to protect and serve versus harass and hassle, then, you know what I mean? We embolden the ones that are good.
Yeah. Look, this is probably going to be the most important thing I say tonight. First and foremost, I'm going to say this. Never put your trust in man.
Right.
Never. So I don't put my trust in Trump. Okay. Mm-hmm. Trump is not the savior.
Right.
If he wins in office, guess what? You still got to go to work.
Right.
I still got to clean my house.
Right.
Things may get gradually better. I get it. I just think he's the best candidate for the job.
Right. And the policies that he's promoting. Yes. That's it.
That's it. We're not looking at Trump as the savior, because man will always let you down, bro.
Right. We're fallible.
Yeah. Exactly. And if we put our hope in man, then we are setting ourselves up for failure, bro.
Right. So we have to monitor everything, use our discernment, use our discretion.
I mean, because say in a year, say he wins and he switches up, I'm going to speak on it.
Right. Exactly.
So.
Exactly. Like I just shared, right? I don't like that he emboldens the police officers all the time. Like, no, they don't get a free pass.
So this question was presented to Biden. Black unemployment fell under your administration. What do you have to say to black voters? And you know what I didn't like about him, because every time he answered, he would always say, "We have the best country since the history. So we have the best military in world history. We have the best economy right now in history." And I'm like,
"Where's he? Yeah, he's a liar." And that's if you think that's really Biden. Go look at it, Alex. I don't know. I don't want to give you direction because you're Tony's producer, but you go look at an old picture of Biden and you compare it to the new one. You tell me which one. You tell me if you think they're the same.
There's a video where they're saying that it's just a mask and it looks.
I have that video, and you could see the line right there on his neck because they wear masks.
Yeah.
And people are like, no. I mean, look it up.
Okay, so then it was, what do you say to black voters who are disappointed with your progress? And he just kept saying, well, we help the black colleges, and we're helping the black people, and we're helping this, and we're helping that. And my whole thing was like, bro, they're telling you that it's bad for the black man right now, and you're saying it's good.
Right. He's pandering.
Yeah. I'm like,
it's like, how do you do? It's just pandering.
It's like you telling me right now, Tony, your family has told me that there's no food in the cabinet. Mm-hmm. You haven't worked in years. Mm-hmm. How are you going to take care of them? Well, right now, my children are doing good. We got a couple of noodles for them. Mm-hmm. We got Kool-Aid.
Right.
Things are looking up. As long as we have a roof over our head,
right,
and food in our belly,
right,
things are looking up. It's going to take time, and that's what he was doing.
Right.
It still doesn't
He's a politician. It's scripted. It's all scripted.
Let me say this. If politicians didn't lie, they wouldn't have anything to talk about.
Right. They placate. They placate.
Yeah. And then Trump, another quote, Biden caused inflation.
He did.
Yeah.
And that's by design.
Okay.
To destroy us from within.
Now, this is one thing, and this is where I'm fair. They said this under both administrations, Trump and Biden. This is my last note. That opioid overdoses, pretty much are the sky high. Okay? This was under both administrations. How do you stop that? I don't think either one of them really gave an answer, or at least a good one, because you only get like 2 minutes or a minute to answer.
Right.
By the time they ask the question, Trump or Biden is still trying to answer what this guy said
prior to.
Yes.
Right.
So I didn't like this debate so much because it didn't feel like a debate.
It wasn't that lively.
It wasn't. Okay. So my thing is the opioid overdoses. I know earlier when we talked before we went live, you said, okay, opioid is bigger than what they're saying.
It's a broad definition.
Okay.
So an opioid could be a Vicodin, or it could be heroin, or it could be fentanyl. So when they're referencing opioids, I think they're referencing fentanyl and heroin.
That's what I believe.
Right.
Yeah. And look, if you're a president, I'm not a politician guy, but I'm just calling it the way I see it. How do you stop that shit other than maybe try to control the border from it coming in?
That's it. That's the only thing you can do, because people are going to make their own choices regardless.
Motherfuckers, how do you tell a motherfucker stop smoking crack?
Right.
Crack is whack.
Right.
No, instead you give them the crack pipes and the needle.
That's what Biden's been doing, right?
Yeah. They give them little kits and they claim it. So it's helping them because everything's clean. They have clean syringes and they got brand new pipas. You know what I mean?
Yeah, brand new pipa. Fuck. Hit the library, not the pipa.
Yeah.
Okay, so you control it from trying to come in. And then you got kids taking fentanyl, dying.
Well, they're cutting like the coke with fentanyl. They're cutting, you know what I mean? They're cutting it. I don't know why. Is it that cheap? Like I've never touched fentanyl before in my life. You know what I mean? So I don't know like what the attraction is. I mean, obviously it has to make you feel good to some extent, or else people wouldn't do it, right? But I can't wrap my head around it because
no, me neither.
Because I'm not familiar with that drug.
Yeah, the only thing I know is weed and crack.
Right.
You care to talk about it a little bit about Alex?
And in the 80s, the rappers did a pretty good job about branding crack as whack.
Exactly. Today we take drugs.
Right.
We don't sell them. We take them.
Right.
Go ahead, bro.
Say, what was the question? About drugs?
Yeah.
Anything you care to talk about fentanyl or heroin?
Yeah. What's your insight on like fentanyl? I mean, do you have? I don't want to get too personal, but like, my homie just got some fentanyl the other day. Like,
it seems like a lot of Instagrammers and people that
Snapchat people, huh?
Yeah, YouTube. Those YouTube short people. Like those guys would rather go and videotape those people and ask them questions and interview them. Like they see them all fucked up and then interview them.
Yeah.
And I don't know. A lot of those people don't help themselves.
You know what I don't understand is whatever this drug is. They show people like in Baltimore, Philadelphia, and like there's like one full block where they're just all out.
Right, laying on the ground.
Laying on the ground. Some people standing up, leaning over. Some people leaning against the wall. Some people on the ground, and they're not moving. I tell myself, why would I take a drug that's going to hold me?
Yeah, that's not fun.
Yeah, sleep is free, bro.
Like, weed's fun. I mean, you go, you get a little head change, and you laugh.
The thing with a lot of those drugs, though, is just that after you take them for so long, your body needs it, and then you start getting sick.
Right.
And you start getting like the sniff.
But you know what's even crazier is that's the way alcohol is.
Yeah.
That people get, you get physically addicted to it, and then if you're going to stop, you withdraw. And then you got to go like 3-4 days, like just
you'll
kicking.
have a bad mood and everything. But like the opioid ones, it's probably the worst. I think it could last from 30 days to like 6 months.
Well, that's why they have like the methadone clinics and stuff
Yeah.
like that, right?
Yeah, and a lot of people try to kick on their own, but it like
You can't.
a lot of people
You can
die.
hurt yourself that way. Yeah, you can hurt yourself that way. Definitely. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the drug thing I think is mostly because people get addicted, and they just can't stop because if they stop,
Because your
they get
body's
sick.
physically
And they're
addicted to
afraid-
it.
and they're afraid to go through it.
Whereas weed, you're just mentally addicted to it. Meaning, I want to take another hit, but you're not going to withdraw from weed.
Yeah.
Your body's not going to say, give me more. You know what I mean?
Right.
Your brain's going to say, I want more, but your body's not going to say, give me more. Whereas
exactly.
opioids or alcohol, but alcohol's legal.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think
That's the crazy part about it.
I think when you're sick off of like the opioids, like you get diarrhea and you get like a full blown sickness.
Right.
And then once you get high again, you're back to normal.
Right.
Let's do a question. Help me figure it out. Even though there's going to be another debate, did tonight's debate, I guess, convince you on who to vote for, something like that?
Okay. You're going to pose that question.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Did tonight's debate, like, I guess, solidify your choice?
Influence your choice.
Influence your choice, whatever. Okay. Let's just see what, yes, no, I don't know. Now, we got a couple of minutes. We got about 15 minutes before we start taking calls.
Okay.
Because people were dying to take calls last time. Believe me, I had a lot of people tell me that.
Yeah, I saw some of the comments.
Okay. For about 15 minutes, let's chop it up about something. What is something that maybe you wanted to bring up last time that you want to bring up today that you didn't bring? Because we talked a lot.
I wanted to bring up that. So we talked about the occult and like rappers or artists that sell their souls or, have to sacrifice somebody, whatever. Same goes with athletes.
Same goes with athletes.
Again, anytime you're making that type of money, with that money comes influence, and they want to make sure that you have your influence.
Yeah, you belong to the club.
Right. What was the football player that got hurt? Was it Damar Hamlin? Am I saying that right?
From what team, if you can recall? I'll tell you.
Let's see.
From football?
Football. Mm-hmm. That was a ritual. That was definitely a ritual.
When did it happen?
It happened, I want to say 2 years ago. Damar.
I think he might have been from the Buffalo Bills.
Yep.
They were playing Cincinnati, if I'm correct.
Yep. Watch, but I'm going to pull it up right now.
And you know what? I was, if it's him, I was rooting for him to get up, wish him well. And then when he made it out of the hospital, he showed up to an event where he was wearing like a jacket.
Damar Hamlin, Heyru, the initiation rites of the Master Mason and remembering William Morgan. That's a video that I have. It's fucking fascinating.
There was a jacket that he was seen wearing when he was on the field. And correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe you can look it up, Alex. Can you look him up by name and then put wearing Antichrist jacket?
Yeah, he had the upside. Oh, he had the cross, but then like the people standing, it was like a total Masonic ritual, and it had the dude with the number 33.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember that. Yeah, Damar Hamlin.
Okay.
My point being is that it doesn't apply to music artists. It applies to athletes, etc.
I'm sure you're familiar with what's his name, Sam something. That dude who just recently performed. It looked like he had a ritual on stage. Sam. I know I'm not the only one. He sings that song. He said he wrote it to his boyfriend.
Oh no!
Look up that song. I know I'm not the only one by Sam, and it should come up.
Damar Hamlin issued an apology for the Jesus jacket he wore at the Super Bowl.
See.
Adrian Peterson called the jacket blasphemous.
His name is Sam Smith.
Sam Smith?
Sam Smith. He just recently performed dressed like all demonic up on stage.
Ah.
Sam Smith. Let me see.
And then who was the one that Kylie Jenner was dating and people died at his concert? That was a ritual too. Travis Scott.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Sam Smith performance. I'll just
Okay. So look at this. This right here. This whole.
Okay. You put one of those pictures up, please.
Look what number's standing up.
Oh, 33.
33.
Yeah. Okay. Does it say what month or how long ago it was? The grand performance. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And a lot of people saying that even Taylor Swift.
Oh,
is
yeah.
involved in-
Yeah.
She is?
Yeah. Yeah. Lady Gaga. All of them. You don't get that high up in the.
You got to be a part of the club.
Got to be a part of the club. Yeah. So you asked if, something. I just wanted to bring up, I wasn't just targeting artists. I'm targeting politicians included. But anybody, you know what I mean, that's making that kind of money. But yeah, there's the athletes as well.
It's fucking crazy
It's
right now.
bananas.
But within the room, I just saw a shadow pass by.
No way.
I put that on everything I love. I don't lie about stuff like that. Bro. Yeah, so.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It's probably a bad thing.
Oh, okay.
I just don't think, I don't think the enemy likes us exposing the truth.
Right, yeah.
So
No, they
if
don't.
I get a strike and they take my shit down, then take my shit down. I don't care.
Like one of my good friends, after I did the interview the last time, he's like, Brando, that was an excellent interview, but just know that you got a target on your back now.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's fine. I'm cool with it. Fucking make me a martyr.
Look, that was at the Grammys. He's dressed like the devil, and he had a whole cast of people. It looked like a damn ritual, bro. You know, and
every Super Bowl performance is a ritual.
Okay.
Every Super Bowl performance. I mean, there was Super Bowl performances that were alluding to the whole COVID thing as well.
Yeah.
You know, it's called predictive programming.
Yeah.
Like even like The Simpsons. You watch The Simpsons and you see little things.
Yeah.
They even allude to flat Earth, like when they're living in the bubble.
You know what's funny? That people would rather believe The Simpsons than the actual scriptures.
Right.
Than the actual Bible prophecy.
Right.
You know, Alex, can you bring up, there's a clip of a video, Justin Timberlake. Have you seen his last video? I think it's called No Angels.
Mm-hmm.
And bro, it is like totally fucking demonic. It is something I've never seen Justin Timberlake get involved in. This involves blood. It involves demons.
Really?
Like, it's crazy. Like, what the hell?
Really?
Yeah, Justin Timberlake just put like No Angels. You guys can even Google it as well. No Angels video, and it's really weird, bro.
But it's funny you bring up the scriptures because that's been my thing for like the last 2 years. Like the words in red, bro. Just the words in red.
Yeah.
Just take them as is. You don't have to, just what he's saying. And it's like, it's profound.
Yeah.
Super profound.
Okay, other than that, anything else? We got at least about another 10 more minutes that because I know there's a lot of topics that we can cover, but let's go over some of the things that we talked about last time. And because there was a lot of good things. I know we talked about aliens. I know we talked about, let me ask you this question. I believe it's real, so I'm just going to go ahead and say it out. Do you believe that demonic possession is real?
Ooh. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you believe, is it possible that some of these artists, possibly some of these athletes that belong to the club are demonically possessed?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I believe that too.
Yes. They channel something that gives them an extraordinary skill to play an instrument or to perform athletically or something that just it takes them over.
I know a lot of people may not believe in the supernatural, and that's okay. I do believe that there's an invisible,
realm.
Yes,
Right.
That's the word I'm looking for.
Right.
Sometimes I just want to bite my tongue.
So, aliens.
Let's go there.
We have to understand that, like, flying saucer technology and stuff has existed since World War II.
Yes.
So these things that people see, they might be seeing something, but it's not an alien life form. It's man-made technology.
Yeah.
That's There was another story where Admiral Byrd went to Antarctica like on an expedition, and supposedly, so the Nazis had gone. Okay. Do you know that, like, if you were to try to sail to Antarctica or fly to Antarctica, you would get shut down? Like, you're not allowed to go over there,
really?
Period. Right. Yeah. Okay. So part of that is, again, that series, that documentary, What on Earth Just Happened? So Admiral Byrd went on an expedition, and he said that what he encountered, which from what my understanding is, it was Nazis, because they went over there. They had, the underground bases under the ice caps and caves and tunnels and all this stuff. But these aircraft were able to like circle like in seconds, and there was nothing they can do, and it destroyed like his whole little expedition. His name is Admiral Byrd, so it's BYRD.
Okay, and what's the name of that documentary? Because there's been people that have been asking me.
What on Earth Just Happened?
What on Earth Just Happened, and where can he view this at?
YouTube.
YouTube. Okay.
And all you have to do is just dedicate a little bit of time. Each episode's like 30 minutes, and there's 12 episodes. But it's just jaw-dropping.
Okay. Hey, you want a beer?
I'm okay.
Alex, can you give me like 2 beers, please? You gonna take a shot with me?
I'll drink a beer with you.
Okay, get him a beer. Get me a beer. I'm gonna take a shot.
Okay.
So, I'm having a good time, bro.
Yeah. No, me too. Me too.
Anything you want to bring up, bro?
Anything else? Let me think. I was thinking. What else?
My cowboy.
Yeah. So yeah, it was.
What's a good topic, Alex, that we should bring up? There you go. You could open that with that.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, Alex has topics.
Okay. What do you think about them trying to turn everything electric? Do you think they supposedly said that by 2034 or 2035, they're trying to do away with all gasoline and
yeah, I think it's bullshit. I think
that's what they're.
It's just to limit our travel capacity, like, you know what I mean?
And the thing is that they put this into law where they're trying to get to that. They're trying to meet that goal,
especially in California. Yeah,
yes, and that's
to phase out all gas vehicles.
That's what I try to tell people, because right now I had a friend.
Because where are you going to get on one charge? You're not even going to get to Las Vegas on one charge.
There's been a lot of problems lately with the.
And then Biden wants to put electric batteries on tanks and aircraft. And there's like the batteries are bigger than the tanks. It's like it doesn't serve any purpose, like fundamentally as it pertains to war. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Now, I feel if someone wants to buy an electric vehicle, it's a free country. Go buy one. You know what I mean? And if you're just going to run your errands locally in your city or whatever, you don't have to worry about traveling long distances, fine. But don't make everybody else have to get an electric vehicle.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and right now they're making it harder for people. The requirements are going up. And from what I've heard, next year, they're gonna start doing more thorough testing on, like, your car needs to pass a safety test. It's gonna be
more regulations, more BS.
Yeah, and then not just that, the DMVs went up the fees this year again. So everything's just going up right now. From anything, like if you have a truck, it's probably like $300-400 to register, depending on how big the engine is. If you got a V8, yeah, you're paying the most. So anyways, they're just trying to get rid of everybody's. They're trying to downsize the amount of motor vehicles, supposedly for the environment, but I don't think it's for the environment.
No, it's not. It's
just
to limit us.
More money.
Let me ask you this, Brando, just to talk a little bit about it. And then we had about 5 minutes, so I want to entertain this subject. You have heard of the mark of the beast, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you believe that eventually will be implemented? And if so, this is the second part of that question. If so, are we close to it? Alex, can you open up that door, bro?
I think the mark of the beast is more of like a metaphor, an allegory. I don't think it's like a literal.
Okay.
Not a literal 666. Like basically, you gotta wash on your brain. Meaning, like we're most of America is probably living under the mark of the beast because they're ignorant and they don't. You know what I mean? They're not.
Right.
They're not thinking.
Ignorant by choice.
Ignorant by choice, not using their critical thinking skills. Again, base consciousness. We talked about the base chakra and the crown chakra. They're just vibrating on that most basic chakra, which is just your sex survival chakra, basically like fight or flight and reproducing, like that,
right.
that type of scenario. Do I think the UN is going to try to make us get a tattoo on our right hand that says 666? No.
Okay.
Okay. There is one thing though that I did want to touch upon a little bit last week, and it's called Admiralty Maritime Law.
Okay, speak on that.
That's what we're governed by. Okay, so it's the law of the sea. And it goes back to the birth certificate system.
Ah.
So our parents, not knowing, with all due respect to them, mine included, everyone's included, once they sign that birth certificate, you're being placed into Admiralty Maritime Law. And it's the words and the phrases like you're in a maternity ward. You're docked at a hospital. So like Admiralty Law or Maritime Law is a body of law that governs nautical issues in private maritime disputes. It consists of both domestic law on maritime activities. Go back to like the Catholic Church, the Holy See. Now, granted, they spell it with the S-E-E, but it's a play on words. It's a private international law governing the relationship between private parties operating or using ocean-going ships. While each legal jurisdiction usually has its own legislation governing maritime matters, the international nature of the topic and the need for uniformity has, since 1900, led to considerable international maritime law developments. It's fascinating stuff. And there's a gentleman that speaks very well and educated about it. Well, he's no longer with us, but Jordan Maxwell.
Uh-huh.
That's where I learned everything about maritime law, even the way our court system operates. Like, you got to pass the bar and all these words and terms. Maybe next time we have a conversation, I'll just come loaded, like with all of it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, even in order to, that little gate, like before you go and walk into the courtroom, like there's only a lawyer that can get past that gate. That's like the little gate of a ship. I wish I could be more articulate about it. It's been about a year since but I did study it, and it's called Admiralty Maritime Law. So anybody out there that wants to learn anything about it, it will blow your mind, and that's what we're governed by. We're governed by Admiralty Maritime Law.
Isn't that the same guy that says that you could call up the stock exchange and
your birth certificate is on there, your birth certificate number,
and you're worth like $2 million.
Yep. Thank you, Alex.
Yeah,
yep, and they project how much money you're going to make in a lifetime. Yeah. And you got, it's like your bond number.
Yeah, exactly.
It's freaking bananas.
Wow.
And our parents, I mean, try having a baby and leaving the hospital without signing the birth certificate. They going to let you do it? Hell no. No, because you got to be put into the system.
Alex, go ahead and put up the number, and we're going to start taking calls. So once again, we're going to go ahead and take some live calls. So the number's about to go up. Make sure you guys call in if there's anything you guys want to ask Brando, even if it's just not about the presidential election. You can just call in and ask.
Yeah, let's chop up game. We'll chop up
any
game.
type of question. So, okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and connect to the roadcaster. So,
and do I need to put the headphones on?
Or only when they call. I'll tell you right now.
Okay.
When we get our first call. So.
But yes, Admiralty, Maritime Law, Jordan Maxwell, and it goes back to the firmament because remember I told you we're living underwater, like there's water above us.
Okay.
I think that has a lot to do with it, and the way that the. What about the 3 city-states?
Okay, hold on. Let's go ahead.
Okay.
Alex, caller, your name and where are you calling from?
Tony A. Caesar from Paris.
Caesar from Paris. You know what, man? I'm going to tell you this. I know you got this number memorized, and that's dope, but people complain because you're always the first guy. I don't complain. You call in, you get in, ask your question. Thank you, bro.
Paris, California, or Paris, France?
Paris, California.
Okay.
Paris, California, where the early bird gets the worm.
All right.
What's good, my
The
brother?
lesson of the day for all the callers. With all due respect, you don't want to just wind it down. Great podcast. Randall, you need to come back on Freaky Tales. Admiralty Law, Jordan Maxwell, everybody study that. Your 4th, 5th, and 6th Amendment is the most important things to you if you're going to go up against the court.
Yes, sir.
Caesar from Paris was denied bail, denied everything, and you don't sign nothing. When they book friendly advice for Caesar from Paris, free advice, lawyer advice. When you get arrested and you get booked, do not sign nothing. Do not waive your rights over to nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Do not sign nothing.
Word up.
The only reason we fail in court is because we don't speak their language. And
Exactly.
Jordan Maxwell teaches you the language to speak and how to address yourself and conduct yourself in the courtroom.
Exactly.
There's a lot of jurisdiction laws that Caesar from Paris didn't know, that had to figure out. Admiralty law. And as soon as you are born, as soon as your baby is born, Tony A., your grandkids are born, the first thing they do is they take them from you.
Yes.
Put them in a room and inject who knows what in them.
And we become debt slaves.
Tag them.
Debt
Tag 'em and bag
slaves.
'em.
Debt
Tag
slaves.
them and bag them a couple weeks, you got their social security number, a.k.a. their SKU number or their tag number for life, then that's what it is. We're all a bond, and there it is. And I'm sorry for being the first caller. Biggest fan ever, though. Rhodium Radio. Tony A. Caesar from Paris.
Caesar from Paris.
I'm out.
Thank you. You just
Thank
made
you, my bro.
me happy.
There's people out there, bro, that know what the hell they're talking about. Caesar
Yeah.
knows. So the phone lines are now open. So if you guys want to call in once again and ask Brando anything, or just give it a comment. Even if you want to call in just to disagree or tell us off, go ahead and call in.
Yeah.
We're not scared.
We can agree to disagree.
Yeah, we're not scared. Call in. So, other than that, like I said, we had a lot of people. You know what happens in the very beginning? People are hesitant. Towards the end, when we're about to hang up and end the show, they call in, bro.
They call in.
Here we go. Caller, your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, this is George. I'm in Riverside.
George from Riverside. How
What
you
up,
doing?
George?
Hey, Brando. Have you ever heard of the religion called esoteric Hitlerism?
Esoteric Hitlerism. No.
Yeah, it's basically an ancient form of Indo-Hindu Aryanism, and they think Hitler is an avatar. And have you heard of Project Paperclip?
Yep.
Where I guess they brought the
That's
Nazis
where they brought the
over?
Nazi scientists over to America.
Well, according to the inner circles of esoteric Hitlerism, they only brought the idiot scientists over. All of the really smart scientists disappeared along with Hitler. And they think that they're in UFOs and USOs in Mercury-powered engines, I believe. Some type of...
Yeah, red
That's how they're
mercury.
able to go
Red
that
mercury.
fast.
Red mercury. Red mercury. That's like... 'cause
Red
that-
Mercury?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Because...
And they're also saying that... They're also saying that Trump created Space Force in order to combat what they call the new Luftwaffe, which is Hitler's UFO, USO, which is the underground or unidentified submersible object, but there's like
in the sea.
bases under the ocean,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Interesting.
and yeah, they really believed that Hitler was
If you
an
look,
avatar, and that
if you look at the...
wait, let me just say this.
Go ahead, sir. Yes.
They think that he's in contact with other beings which are in charge of these UFOs. It's not that he created them. It's that there's an inner Earth, a hollow Earth, where these beings live, and he's in contact with them because there's some, symbiotic relationship there.
Right. Yeah, it's like a galactic, like, man, what's the word? But if you look at the logo for NASA, you'll see the Orion constellation in the NASA logo. But if you look at the Space Force logo, the Orion logo is kind of like tossed out, and it's the Pleiadian constellation. But no, that's interesting stuff. The it's called the Galactic Federation of some sort, like where there's this collective universal type of situation.
Okay.
I think that's what he's alluding to, on top of the submersive UFOs and things like that. I never heard of the specific term of esoteric Hitlerism, but I know that he was a huge fan of Helena Blavatsky, and she was very like...
Oh, no, it's got nothing to do with her.
Nothing to do with her?
She's actually the opposite of Hitler.
Oh.
They believe they came from Hyperborea, which is a constellation to the window of Venus, here to Earth, and they are the Aryans, and they're here to beautify everything. And they're Jews, which they say are worship the Lord of Darkness here, and they want to destroy everything, and that they have created some type of dome to where we can't leave, and that reincarnation and karma and the Akashic records is all fake. It's all brain implants, and that the Hyperboreans came here to free some prisoners that were here, and they're trying to bring them back to Hyperborea, and that's what Hitler and these UFO, these other technologies, or these beings with this technology, they're all in cahoots to try to get these people out of here.
Oh, okay. It's really interesting that you brought up Red Mercury. Yeah.
And my source is Miguel Serrano, in case anybody
Miguel
wants
Serrano?
to look into
Okay.
who wrote this. Yeah, he was a Chilean ambassador, and he's really into racial purity because he says that's how you remember where you came from, and race mixing kind of dilutes that, and it's not really a good thing. It's kind of how this, I don't know if you want to call it Zog, has taken over.
Oh, okay.
Even Chile. He says once the Jews came, they really took over Chile, and now the natives have been dispersed and kind of lost their land.
Wow. Thank you for sharing. It's interesting
Yeah,
stuff.
deep stuff, man.
Yeah, man.
Thanks
I love
for taking my call.
I love it. No,
All
thank
good,
you.
my brother. Thank you.
Care.
All right, big dog.
Bye. Brando, I haven't seen you take a sip of your beer, bro.
It's
You're
right here.
supposed to be having a beer. Put it on the table, bro.
All right.
Por favor, por favor. Okay. Let's go ahead and make these calls. Let's go. If you got the balls, make the calls. I always tell everybody that. That's I actually got it branded like I patented.
Right.
If you got the balls, make the calls. So whoever uses it is going to get sued.
Copyrighted.
Okay. So far, these two calls are these guys are educated, bro.
Yeah.
They know what you're talking about.
No, it's really...
If you're not
It's really
educated and
exciting.
you want to get educated, call in.
It's really exciting.
Yes. Alex, how long has that poll been up?
Esoteric Hitlerism.
I've never heard of that, bro.
Neither have I, but it makes sense with the whole UFO connection, and it's kind of like what Admiral Byrd supposedly witnessed. And then he even said that we're trapped inside of a dome, which kind of lends credence to the firmament.
How long has that poll been up?
25 minutes.
Okay. Oh, fuck. Okay, we got a phone call. Hold on. Caller, your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, Sonny the Wizard. My name's George from Ontario.
George from Ontario. How you doing tonight, George?
Very good, very good. Hey, Brando,
Yes.
I got a question, man. How much are you getting paid?
What's that?
How much are you getting paid? He's getting paid in
How
beer.
much you getting paid?
I ain't getting paid nothing.
How much you getting paid to babysit that beer?
Oh. Touche, big dog. Touche.
Yeah, that's an old school Tony A line, man. I've been watching for a long time. I'm surprised that hit you with that.
Oh, okay. No, he did. Well, kind of, sort of, he did. Yeah.
Bro, a couple of guys that fell for that one, bro. So yeah.
That's a classic Rhodium radio line, man.
Hell yeah.
I love the podcast, man. I kind of started watching a little bit before you guys started taking calls.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go back to it later. But I kind of had a question about, if you don't mind, I got a question about the movie Signs. Have you seen that one?
Signs?
Yeah, Signs. The one with
Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson. There you go.
Yeah, have you seen that one?
When he's like the conspiracy theorist, like he was the taxi cab driver.
No, Mel Gibson. That was the one where they're.
That's a good movie. I haven't seen that in a long time, but that's not the one.
No, the one
Signs,
with aliens.
It seems like aliens are making. Yeah.
By M. Night
There's a theory
Shyamalan.
on that where it's not aliens, it's demons.
I haven't seen it. No.
Oh, bro.
Signs?
Yeah, Signs. It's a fucking classic, bro.
George, I'm writing it down right now.
I believe Joaquin Phoenix with Mel Gibson by M. Night Shyamalan. He directed it.
Okay.
Great fucking movie, bro.
I'll have to watch it. Because they always hint and give us signs.
A little hint, yeah. Do you think that has any what am I trying to ask you? Do you think that there's some truth in that movie where, there's supposedly these aliens, but they're really demons?
Now we're getting into interdimensional beings.
Yes.
And we kind of touched upon that 11 days ago.
Yes.
When we had our last discussion. I think if there's any credence to that, then that would be the case. So yes, my answer is yes.
Mine too.
Tony, if you don't mind me saying one more thing, in that movie, there's there's a YouTube video that covers why it's demons rather than aliens, and it shows little things like, I guess the little girl was putting water around the house, and turns out she was blessing the water, and that's why these aliens were kind of weird around the water.
Yes.
There's something to think about. It's just crazy.
No, that's a good point. I'm glad you brought that up because you know what's funny? Because Mel Gibson is a big time Catholic.
He's a Jesuit.
He's a big time Catholic. Mm-hmm. And when he directed The Passion of the Christ, they had mass every day.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. So, and you know what? I'll tell you, I saw a little documentary where they were talking about Jim Caviezel. Jim Caviezel's initials were JC. And he was 33 years old. Jesus was supposed to be 33 years old.
Right.
Okay. So he was perfect for the part. But Mel Gibson did tell him, if you do this movie, you probably will never work in Hollywood again. And he said, okay, let's do it. So.
Well, they did put out the
Sound of Freedom.
Sound of Freedom.
Great movie. Support that movie because that's what's happening. So.
True. It opened up a lot of people's eyes.
Bro, I teared up in that fucking movie, bro.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was a good fucking.
I went to the movie theater to see it.
Yeah. So, anyways, caller, if you have any other comments or questions.
Oh, that's it. Much respect, Tony A.
Much
respect, Brando.
Thank you, George.
I will be checking out the podcast when I'm at work.
Thank you, my brother.
Thank you, sir.
He said while he's at work. Alex, go ahead and read that poll before we get another call.
Okay, it says 30 minutes ago, 114 votes. The question is, did tonight's debate influence your vote for president? 31% said yes, 36% said no, and 33% said I don't vote.
Oh.
See, that 33%, okay? I'm not going to sit here and say, I'm trying to change your mind. I'm not going to do that.
Right.
Because I'm going to tell you something, Brando. I was one of those 33%.
Right.
For years.
Right.
For years, bro. So that's my thing. Like, I'm not going to sit here and you guys vote, please. Okay, here we go. Caller, your name and where are you calling from?
Yo, what up, Brando? What up, Tony? My name is Jaden. I'm calling from Sacramento.
Jaden, how you doing
up,
for
Jaden?
Sacramento?
Doing good. I kind of want to get back to the debate tonight.
Yes,
The only thing that scared me about that debate was that Gavin Newsom was there, and the CNN moderators didn't give a lifeline to Biden. You know, they're biased to Trump. They cut him off. They fact check him. They say, that was a lie. But it seemed like, Biden wasn't drugged up. He looked, worse than ever. And my question is, do you think maybe they'll try to replace him with Gavin?
I think they're going to try to replace him with Michelle Obama.
Michael
LaVaughn Robinson.
Okay.
But you know what? I did notice, and it's duly noted, that Jake Tapper really was kind of non-biased. It was surprising to me. They didn't really attack Trump or try to skew.
And I'm going to say why I think, because they were cutting mics off.
True. That's right.
Because
of the rules, right?
Yeah. You need to turn that fucking mic on, bro. Mm-hmm. It's a debate.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It can't be scripted. Now, as far as Newsom, that's what's been trending lately, that he may, this guy may exit out. Governor Newsom may come in. Do you like Newsom?
Not at all.
Okay, same here.
He's backed by the Gettys. So are you familiar with the Getty Museum?
Yes.
Okay, so if you go underneath the Getty Museum, just do a quick search. There's underground tunnels and
I love the Getty, bro.
Human trafficking going on.
No shit?
Yep. Underneath the Getty Museum, and they're filthy rich.
Does Newsom know?
He has to. The Getty Museum. Jaden, check out the Getty Museum and the underground tunnels. That's who funds Newsom, Pelosi crime family, because Newsom is her nephew.
Oh, I didn't know that part.
Yeah. So the Pelosi family is mafia from Baltimore initially, and then they came out over here. But
they got into politics.
And Newsom is the nephew.
Fuck.
And even like Kimberly Guilfoyle, who's supposed to be super conservative and dating Donald Trump Jr., Don Jr.
Okay.
She was married to Gavin Newsom. Weird, right?
The same guy that was caught not wearing a mask several times during COVID, right?
Right.
Okay, that's that guy.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So, but the Getty Museum is interesting, fascinating stuff. And I've kind of wanted, like, to be quite honest, like, take my camera and just go over there and just see what I could catch and post it.
I've been there several times, bro. I like it over there.
Yeah, but there's underground tunnels.
But I didn't know that shit.
Yeah, vast.
I don't know, Carla. What do you think? Do you think they're trying to put Newsom in there?
I couldn't call it, but Biden he looked worse. Like 4 years ago watching those debates, I was surprised how well he was.
Mm-hmm.
But this time, he forgot what he was saying sometimes.
Yeah, Trump even called him out a little bit.
A whole bunch.
Yeah, he doesn't even know what he just said.
He didn't look good.
He just has that dumb look on his face.
And
like he looks
being
befuddled
there in the crowd.
See, I thought they weren't allowed to have anybody in the crowd. I thought
they were probably fucking...
not the crowd, but I'm in the he was there in the. They have their own room, they were allowed to bring like a few people.
He had VIP.
Right? Yeah. He had a VIP pass.
Yeah, VIP.
Oh, good caller, man. I appreciate you calling in.
Thank you,
But one
Jaden.
thing that I did
sir.
think was funny was them challenging each other to golfing. That was the only lighthearted thing about.
Okay, you know what was crazy? That fucking old ass Michael Myers hair Joe Biden said, "Are you going to carry your own bag?" Biden, are you going to carry yours?
Yeah, this is the guy that fell off the bike at the beach.
Yes.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Like, if I was Donald Trump, you know how I would answer? I'm rich. I don't got to carry shit.
Right.
There it is there.
Well, that's what you have a caddy for.
I would have said, let's golf tomorrow.
Yeah.
Biden, I couldn't imagine him even swinging a golf club. I mean,
Biden claimed that he had like some outrageous score, like in the Trump. Oh no!
Well, you know what I would have said? Go home and watch Caddyshack. But anyways, caller, thank you, bro.
Good
I appreciate
stuff,
you
Jaden. Thank you for calling.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Your conversation with Brando, man, they're top tier. I like that you state your case, and it's not like you're like saying this is for sure fact. Like you can't disagree with me. You know, any pushback. I enjoy that you keep it cordial. It's a great conversation.
Thank you. I don't try to fund my will on anybody.
All good, my brother. Thank you. Have a blessed night. Peace. I'm gonna call Joe Rogan tomorrow so we can get Brando on there. Here we go, right here. Call her your name and where are you calling from?
Jose from Blythe.
Jose from Blythe?
Yeah.
Okay, what's good, my brother? How you doing tonight?
Good. Just worked a little bit ago, just tuning in.
Awesome.
Saw that you got Brando back. Good talk. What you guys getting into tonight?
Just chilling, bro. We were just giving a little reaction to the debate. I believe that this presidential run is one of the most important, probably for U.S. history, because if not, look, I truly do believe that Trump should win by a landslide, but if some reason this guy Biden wins, bro, we not only do we know it's fucking rigged, okay, but something's going to happen, bro.
It's a civil war.
Yeah.
Something's going to happen. And not fake insurrection like January 6th. That was fake.
Yeah.
That was FBI.
Yeah.
That wasn't real.
Yeah, hopefully he does, but they're trying everything to stop him. All these freaking felonies they put on him. Like, how many felonies? Something ridiculous.
34.
What the heck? Like,
34.
Who gets all these felonies put on like all crazy? Like, they're trying everything they can.
He has more indictments than Al Capone.
And he's raised over $100 million he's raised over $100 million since the indictments.
Since then.
Right.
And motherfuckers are making memes. I'm going to go vote for a felon.
Yeah.
It's true.
It's true.
You motherfuckers changed the law to convict him.
Right.
They changed the law to convict him. Like,
right.
Fuck.
It's like, what the heck, man? Like, I don't know, man. It's like just making themselves look more and more stupid. Like, come on, man. Like,
yeah, bro.
Like,
so,
really?
Yeah, bro. So,
yeah.
Anyways, man,
anything
else you want to ask?
I was talking to a coworker, saying something about Chinese attacking the Philippines a few days ago or something like that.
The Chinese were what?
Attacking the Philippines or something.
Attacking the Philippines? Huh. Or Taiwan. Or Taiwan.
Alex.
Was it Taiwan? No, I think you said Philippines. It might have been Taiwan. I'm not
because I know
sure.
Taiwan's on their list. Like, they want Taiwan. It's like right there.
No shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, China
like
wants.
They actually attacked.
Yeah, so since Iran's been acting up, Russia's been acting up with Ukraine, blah blah. It's like just prime time to for them to implement whatever they want to implement.
Iran. Whatever happened to Mahmoud Ahmadinejad? Whatever happened to that guy? He's the guy that was quoted for saying, "I want to wipe Israel off the face of the earth."
Oh.
So. Yeah. So I don't know.
Oh yeah. Well, thank you for taking the call. And
all good, my brother.
Thank you, Jose.
Thank you, my brother.
All right, you guys have a good night.
You too, my brother. Peace.
And I just want to say something. Like, I say stuff about Israel or like the Jews, but I'm not. There's innocent people inside that country,
and
so it's not like I'm
on both sides.
You
know what I'm saying?
Right, and I'm not trying to demonize the common folk.
Hold on,
it's the elite.
Caller, your name and where are you calling from?
The home of Kike from the city of Escondido.
Kike from the city of Escondido. How you doing tonight, my bro?
I'm good, Dougie. I'm good. Fucking finished watching that fucking comedy of a debate, man.
You know what? I'm glad that you could find some humor into it, bro, because it was humorous, bro. Even though the rules were changed, I wanted the live studio audience and shit, but
no, they totally sucked the atmosphere out of it, man. You guys were right about what you guys were saying, man. This was not a debate at all. It was supposed to be a back and forth and dialogue, and they had none of that.
None of that.
They took all the umph out of it.
They did. So, I mean, I guarantee you.
So just two.
Go ahead,
bro. Just two things real quick to take away from the debate, man.
Mm-hmm.
The first one they were talking about. I guess they really were trying to focus on helping the black community first, right? I mean, fuck everybody else. I mean, I guess they were just trying to cater to the blacks. But they were talking about giving first-time homeowners a $10,000 like grant or loan to buy a house.
A tax
what the fuck
credit.
am I going to buy with $10,000 in
Exactly.
California, man?
Exactly. What am I going to do with the tax credit?
Right.
Meaning, I still have to come up with the money to buy the house in order to get the tax credit.
Exactly.
So it's like, that doesn't make any sense.
Exactly.
Inflation is up and economy's down, but you get that.
Oh, yeah, but let me scrounge up, a 3% down payment
Now,
or what have you. And,
I do want to say this because Trump's the only one who said this. Biden tried to defend it, but Trump's the only one who said black and brown.
Yeah.
He's the only one who said it, bro.
Right.
So, and I get it.
I must have missed that part. I got to go back and watch it.
No, he actually said it a couple of times, bro. Black and brown. Biden never said that shit.
Because he's polling well with
Biden didn't say shit. I remember that.
Hispanics.
Yeah, so. Anyways, other than that,
All right,
bro.
so then my second point.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
This is my second point, man. And this is going to get real reminiscent of fucking Tupac and Dear Mama over here, man. But
Okay.
for all you single ladies out there, man, the establishment pretty much told you guys to go fuck themselves because they didn't even fucking acknowledge the question that the fucking panel asked them, man.
Which question was
helping,
that?
helping them with childcare.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
You're right.
But
Now,
it wasn't even acknowledged by either side, though, man. They had, and the fucked up thing is that both Trump and Biden had 2 chances, man, and they ended up getting hung up on whatever the previous topic was that they just completely glossed over that point.
Great point that you just said, because they don't give them enough fucking time, bro. Like, look, if Biden said something that Trump didn't like, his mic should be on to combat that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They didn't do that. You literally have to wait till the next question to answer this dude for what he said previously.
Right.
And that's where I think the rules kind of fucked us up.
Yes.
But you are
Because we
absolutely.
missed those one-liners, like when he debated Hillary Clinton.
Yes.
And she says something, he said, "You'd be in jail."
Thank you.
You know what I
Okay?
mean? Things like that.
Yeah.
Those little nuances. It's like, oh, you know what I mean? Like,
But you know what? I'm going to go ahead and say that these Democratic guys, these left-wingers, they don't care about women or children, bro.
they don't.
They don't.
They don't.
So that's all I'm going to say.
But Trump did say recently that he would give not a tax credit, but in order to fix the population situation, if young people were starting to have kids, like, get married and have kids, they'd get extra money, like up front.
Right.
He you know what I mean? Like, he would support that and they would get a check.
Yeah.
Some type of subsidiary of something.
See, we need to be worried about our own, not to be giving $200 billion to fucking Ukraine. Bro.
Right.
Oh, no. So, yeah, bro. Anyways.
Hey, I'm gonna leave you guys with this one.
Yeah.
All right, hold up, bro. Sorry, yeah. I'm gonna leave you guys with this one. All right, so you guys are pretty much saying that the Democrats are gonna prop up Michelle or Michael or whatever the fuck his name is, right?
Michael LaVon Robinson.
All right,
yes.
so who's gonna be the plan B? Like Kamala Harris?
Ooh, like for the VP?
Either VP or just thinking down the road. Because I'm gonna give you guys a little nugget, man. You guys already probably know this, but Google Kamala Harris and Jerry Brown, and pretty much just it's pretty self-explanatory. Find out how she even got in a position of power in the first place.
Jerry Brown was funded by the Gettys too.
Okay.
Yeah, but you want to talk about some hot Tua right there, homie.
Okay, no, you know what?
That's how this kind of.
Kamala Harris, people have said she fucked herself to the top.
She did. She did.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She gave it the punani.
Mm-hmm.
She hucked Tua.
Had an affair with the dude that was married, but he was like open with it. Like they were showing up publicly and,
What's that, brother?
Jerry Brown.
I don't understand the. Okay, really quick to go with the huck Tua. Okay. I had this one girl that I knew that was very popular, and I won't say her name, but she said, "You know how they say, Tony, the industry is not, it's not like how dope you are, but it's who you know."
Mm-hmm.
She said, "It's not who you know, it's who you blow."
Yeah, who you lay down with.
Yeah, so it was a huck Tua, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But at least that huck Tua girl saved us from the whole fucking Pride Month. She single-handedly took us. Yeah, saved us from the Pride Month. Fucking Alex. All right, Kike. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you, homie.
Thank you, sir.
You guys have a good night, man. Have dope ass show, Tony, as always.
Thank you, my brother. Peace. Okay, let me see. I have to call somebody. Oh shit. Here we go. Okay, let me see if I can call. Here we go. We got to make this call. Hopefully it rings. The fuck? It's funny how now all the fucking phone calls are coming in, bro.
Really?
It's crazy. Like, like they're just coming in.
Spit on that thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I was hanging out with some friends the other day, and it just amazed me. Like, one of my friends, who I love to death.
Let's take this call.
Yep.
Caller, your name. Where are you calling from?
What's up, man? Calling from the city.
What's up, my brother? You calling from where?
Yuba City, up north.
Oh, okay. What's good, my brother from up north? How you doing tonight?
Nothing, man. How you been? How's everything, Tony?
Everything's good, brother. We're just giving our reaction to. I never do reactions, but since I truly do believe that this debate is, this presidential run is very, very important and vital for us, I had to do a reaction and bring somebody that knows politics. So that's why Brando's here.
Hey, what do you think's gonna win?
Well, if it's legit, Trump should win by a landslide.
Agreed.
Okay.
Yeah. Hopefully, bro. The economy was way better, bro, when Trump was in office. Inflation was way down.
Yes.
It was.
There was no, like, there was zero inflation.
I know, bro. And you know,
There was.
but they were pushing that
Sorry,
whole
bro,
narrative. They were pushing that whole narrative. He was a fucking racist. He was a racist.
That's what I was going to say about my friend. He was, like, repeating the same talking points from, like, 2016. I'm like,
but you
bro.
notice they don't push the narrative that fucking Biden's a pedophile.
Right.
So
He likes to sniff little girls, bro.
He likes to sniff little girls, bro. You got it.
fucking sniffer.
Fucking weirdo, huh? That guy's a weirdo, bro. Hopefully he fucking gets out of office soon. All right, my guys. Have a good night, bro.
All
Thank
right,
you,
have
my
a good
bro.
one, big dog. Thank you
Okay,
for
brother.
calling.
Yes, peace. Okay, let me get out of here and let me see.
The sniffer in chief.
The sniffer in chief, yeah.
The sniffer in chief.
Okay, let me get out of here. Let me see. Storage. Okay. Clear. Blah. Okay, no more calls. Let me get out of here. Alex, I'm gonna make a call. I'm gonna connect from my other phone to the Roadcaster. Let's see if it connects. Did it connect? Yes? Okay, cool. Let's see. Here we go. This is our last call for alcohol.
Okay.
Okay.
Hello.
Genesis, our moderator, you are live here with Brando on presidential reaction. You had a question.
Yes, I did have a question. Brando,
Yes.
I heard that you mentioned something that I believe is something of importance and that we as a society need to pay more attention to.
Okay.
You mentioned, because just like Tony, I was surprised that Biden's physical health held up. And I thought to myself as well, like, wow, what did they give him? You know? And then you had mentioned about, them shooting up John F. Kennedy, which is true. And a lot of people don't talk about that.
Right.
Okay. So it's crazy because how all of this ties in. Okay. In the 1950s, people have seemed to forget that America and Japan were completely doped up. They were addicted to stimulants and methamphetamines. Okay.
Yes.
And not only was it a big part of the public population, but they were also prescribing it to our soldiers when they were going to war so they could stay up.
Yes.
And when these soldiers got home, they were leaving the war, right? They were leaving the war, but coming home still addicted to these drugs because they can't just leave their addiction there, right?
Right.
And they were giving it to their wives, they were giving it to their children, and now all of a sudden we had a whole doped up population, and it was in the midst. Okay, it was in the midst of everything, and the timing of this is truly crazy because throughout this time, all of this was happening, and little do people notice that the birth of energy drinks was because of the public population's addiction to amphetamine.
Ooh. And you know what? You know what other army was taking amphetamines was the German Nazi army. That's how they won.
Yes.
That's how they won the war that time. They would stay up, march, do everything. You know what I mean? And then amphetamines make you horny, and then you have more babies. You know what I mean? So it increased the population. It served like dual purposes.
So have you ever heard of lipoviatin?
No.
Okay, so lipoviatin was technically really like the first energy drink created, right?
Fuck.
This was created in 1962 because
lipoviatin. I'm writing it down in my notes.
Yes,
lipoviatin.
It was created in Japan. And it was specifically targeted to the blue collar workers in Japan because the workers in Japan, they were so dependent on the stimulants that they were afraid they couldn't get work done. So when the government realized that a doped up population is not a good idea, and they created like a overnight ban, and everybody went cold turkey, people were having withdrawals. So you're familiar with the basic withdrawals of somebody who's coming down from like a drug addiction, right?
Yes.
It's like physical fatigue, lack of appetite, nutritional deficiencies, fever, and exhaustion, right? So lipoviatin was telling people that it cured physical fatigue, lack of appetite, nutritional deficiency, and fever and exhaustion. So they were targeting everybody because they didn't know how else to get people to come down from the stuff that they were banning. So lipoviatin, the reason I'm not going to go off into that because that's a totally different story and we could go on for hours with that. But the reason I bring that up is because the lipoviatin was created in 1962, right? So John F. Kennedy was in office 1961 until he was assassinated in 1963.
Yep.
It was created right in the middle of when Japan and America was all doped
hopped up. Yes. And you know, I've been to Japan a few times. I've been to Yokohama, Osaka, and Tokyo, and we would do lowrider car shows over there. And their tolerance for like meth is a zero tolerance. Like if you get caught with a little bag of meth or whatever, it's like, boom, you're in jail, you're in prison.
Is that because they possibly knew the history of it?
Probably. Now that what Genesis is saying, like I'm down with putting two and two together. Like, oh, okay. That might be.
Because it was created in Thailand and then brought over by some toothpaste seller in England who's like, let me put this together. America's having this problem too. They brought it over, and he made the deal of his life. And then that slowly progressed into different things. Now, Leviathan was a little bit kind of pushed out of the way, but here's the big thing of where it makes me think of how like the government controls everything, because lipoviatin was created by a big pharmaceutical company. It wasn't created by some random guy who wanted to help the world.
Always.
Wow.
Yes.
Alice, go ahead and chime in.
Yeah, I remember this stuff. It's the blue bottle, right?
You know what? Take a picture and show it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's because I remember they used to sell this on. They had commercials on the Spanish stations, it was called Liptovis. They said it in Spanish,
like lipoviatin.
Yeah. So and then it showed that the guy had he was stuck in a ditch, and then he drank this, and then he pushed the car out of the ditch.
Shut the front door.
Yeah,
really?
That was a commercial.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Check it out.
They all got past it. It got past like totally not being a stimulant for drugs because the main ingredient was taurine, which is an amino acid in meat that helps with sorry, I have a tongue twister right now.
You got it. Neurology. Your neurological.
Yeah, yes. With all of your neurological system. So it helps all of that. And what does drugs usually burn out first? The brain cells.
The brain cells. Yep.
Neural system. That's why people are twitching and they have uncontrollable, twitches and their jaws are jittering because the drugs have damaged their nervous system. So this big pharmaceutical company created something to control the population in the midst of like a dope epidemic. So when you had mentioned, that
JFK,
they were shooting
JFK,
up JFK, I'm like, why don't more people talk about that? Because it's so real. And if you really think about it, it almost makes you wonder, like, okay, Trump was trying to keep the drugs out. Biden's trying to keep the drugs in. doesn't it sound like the government trying to control the population all over again?
Absolutely.
Yeah, what they do talk about every once in a while, bringing the population down.
It's already down.
Right, everything
like
comes
I'm
full
worried,
circle.
who's going to pay for our Social Security when you and I get older and we need Social Security? They're not creating new babies in order to get into the birth certificate system and the maritime law in order for them to get the money.
Yeah.
Right. It's just one big crazy thing, but that's a whole different conversation. But
Yes.
I just my question was like, do you mind in maybe like 2 or 3 minutes, like just giving what you know about that?
About
and that's what about JFK being shot, different or just people in politics. Period. That there's been heard of like using drugs for stimulants.
Yeah, so I know JFK was definitely being shot up, like I had mentioned to Tony. Like you'd see him in cold ass weather, and he's just wearing a shirt and tie. You know what I mean? Because it heats up the body. Yeah. And it was my brother who taught me about the Nazis. They weren't taking quote unquote methamphetamine, but it was a pill, and the soldiers would get it for free, and that's how they overcame and won in World War II.
Yeah, they were
had a lot of victories.
Drugging them up so that they would never rest. They just kept going.
They just kept going, marching, make them a little bit paranoid, trigger happy. Like there's so many different variables. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's fascinating stuff, Genesis. Thank you for sharing. I mean, yeah. You just inspired me to do a little bit more research. And then you just gave me an idea to transition into another conversation with Tony, which is elite gender inversion.
Mm-hmm. It's all tied together, and I'm just like, wow, more people need to pay attention to this because
Jackie Kennedy
the more you
was
educate
a dude.
Fuck.
Jackie Kennedy was a dude. It's called elite gender inversion, and that's like the highest honor. So if you're willing to take that sacrifice and present yourself as the opposite gender. So if they have an apple, they have a banana. If they have an apple, they have a banana. And then you look at their hips. You look at Jackie Kennedy's hips. She's a man. And JFK had a boyfriend that lived in the White House. We can pull it up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
No shit.
No shit. No shit.
I've been a mortician 6 years. The human anatomy does not lie to you.
Does not lie. If they have an apple, they have a banana. That's the dead giveaway.
Yep.
That's the dead giveaway. Yep. And we don't look because we're moving too fast. We're working. We're doing, and they're being presented, she's a beautiful female. You know what I mean? Blah, 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 blah. No. Look at the apple.
And I'm going to say this to all you guys that don't believe that this could be possible. A dude just won, like, in some country, like the most, it was a pageant. I'm not going to say Miss America, but it was like Miss America in their country, and a dude just won. Okay? So dudes can pass as women.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Oh, no.
Thank you, Genesis. I truly appreciate it. I was like shocked.
No, that's so awesome.
That you spit all that. So.
No, well, thank you for taking my call, and great show, and
so
you keep speaking facts.
Thank you. JFK, his boyfriend was named Lem Billings. And I have pictures of him right here. Yep, I have pictures of him right here. And I'll show you the pictures of Jackie. And she was a dude.
Wow. Okay, Genesis, we're going to let you go. Thank you for that. Truly appreciate you kicking knowledge.
Yeah.
I didn't know that shit was going on, but thank you.
All right, look at those hips.
Yeah.
Look at those
you guys
hips.
have a good night.
Is that a girl or is that a dude?
Okay, you have a blessed night. Bye-bye.
That's a dude.
Fuck, that looks like Dylan Mulvaney. Fuck. Okay. Hey, we can take these off now.
Okay.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's called elite gender inversion, and it goes back to.
So is that a ritual thing? Like you gotta marry a dude? Now, did JFK know that she was a dude?
Yes, absolutely.
Because she still had the cock.
Right. She might be minus the cock, like had surgery, but I mean, look at her. But elite gender inversion actually began with from my understanding, and you know, if there's anybody out there that wants to correct me if I'm wrong, it came from opera singers. So like, it would like remove a rib or something and change their shit so they can hit the higher octaves. And
well, supposedly Marilyn Manson removed one of his ribs so he could suck his own cock.
Right? Remember that? Remember that rumor? Yeah.
You think that's true?
Yes, because him and Johnny Depp used to do snuff porn.
Oh shit!
They were lovers. Him and Johnny Depp were lovers.
Hey,
are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I
Marilyn Manson and Johnny Depp were lovers.
Yes,
they did snuff porn.
He's a fucking sick bastard. Go ahead.
I did Google Lamb Billings, and the first photo that pops up is this one.
Thank you, Alex.
Oh wow!
I'm telling you, that was his lover. He lived in the White House.
Bro, he looks just like that lady looks just like the guy.
Okay, you guys, if Brando ends up missing tomorrow, we know what happened to her.
Like my homeboy told me, I got to Brando, your street cred went up, but you got a target on your back.
Okay, I want you guys to Google this, okay? Because it goes along with what Genesis said, what you said tonight about the Nazis being doped up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a documentary on Netflix. So that's kind of like when I saw that a few months ago, and because my brother was 7 years older than me, and he was into conspiracies, and he would put me up on game, and he told me, and he articulated to me like, yeah, they used to do meth. So it wasn't exactly meth, but it was a pill, and they would get free prescriptions.
It was in the meth family,
right? It was an amphetamine. And they would get free prescriptions, and the Nazis, they were just getting addicted to it.
I don't know who the guest was on Joe Rogan, but it shocked me that they actually talked about this. This was the show. It was recent because he was in Texas. He's not in LA anymore. But he said, we're going to show a clip of Hitler because this guy was a meth head. And they showed him watching like track and field, and he was like,
yep.
And this is footage.
Yep.
And it was like, look at me. It was twitching, bro.
Yep.
I'm like, wow. Didn't this guy know like what that shit was?
So I don't think you were demonized like a tweaker back then. Like right now, you're like, hey, what do tweakers and Mormons have in common? Well, they both ride bikes and go on missions. So yes. Oh no. So I don't think you were demonized. I think it was so low key, like people didn't even realize what was going on.
Okay.
But like Genesis shared, it was like rampant.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you a question. It's probably my last question.
Okay.
Do you believe that Hitler was demonically possessed?
Ooh. No, I don't know. He was into the occult. Which again just means hidden.
Yeah.
He was really into like runic symbols and like Nordic culture. I don't think he was quote unquote demon possessed.
Like demonic. Okay.
No, I just think he was really deep into the occult. Which just means hidden.
Right, correct.
Okay.
I'm gonna say why I think he was demonically possessed.
Okay.
Because I truly do believe that drugs open portals, open doors for them to come in. Let's look at the Ouija board for an example. And I said this plenty of times. When you read the instructions to the Ouija board, it is not for us to contact them. It is a way for them to contact us. So it's a portal that they can come in.
Okay.
I believe that drugs is the portal. The type of drug that he was taking for something to come in.
Okay.
I don't think he knew that he was. But I do believe he was. But that's just me, my personal opinion. So,
gotcha. Hey, duly noted.
Go ahead, Alex. You got something to say?
Before we finish off, I want to ask Brendo what he thinks about or have you looked into it? There's this. I was watching something about the.
Sure, you don't want one?
I'm sure.
People that like to be stalked and stuff like that, right? There's people that are obsessed with this kind of stuff, right? So there's like this phone number that you're supposed to be able to dial, and you dial it, and then it's like you get like a letter in the mail. Like even if you do it like from a burner phone or whatever, like somehow they find you, and they start like sending like
Pings?
Yeah, like we're like getting closer to your house and stuff like that. You know? Like,
Really?
Yeah, it's some crazy shit, man.
But what is it again?
It's like a
It's like the dark web.
No, it was a website. It was I was watching a YouTube video about it, and they have a lot of screenshots of the phone number that was posted. You know, and this phone number you call it, and that's all you needed to do is just call it, and then they would stalk you.
Really?
It's like some gang stalking kind of thing, you know?
Really? No,
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, have you heard of gang stalking?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So it's kind of like that, but like you pretty much like raise your hand.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So, and all you need to do is just make one phone call, and that's it. Like, you don't have to do nothing else past the phone call.
Wow.
So it's I don't know.
So, Tony,
Yes, sir.
So do you believe the Holocaust was real?
Yes, I do.
You do?
Yeah. And I'm going to tell you why. You know who convinced me of that? Muslims.
Really?
Allow me to explain, okay?
Okay.
Because they say the Holocaust is fake. It never happened. Okay, never happened. But when they come against Israel, they hold up signs that say, we're going to do you worse than the Holocaust.
Do you know what Holocaust means?
Yes.
Burnt offering.
Yes, burnt offering.
A burnt offering.
Now.
The only reason why I doubt the Holocaust.
Yes, and then I'll tell you why I believe.
Is because it was always 66 million, it's always 66.
Bro, let's talk about that next time.
Okay.
That's very, very important.
Yeah.
I truly do believe that is very, very important, what you're saying right now. Because I'm going to tell you something. I've known a lot of Jewish people that their families were in the Holocaust. And I'm about to blow you guys' mind. I said this before. You know, have you ever heard of a Chileno from Chile, a guy named Don Francisco? He has a show. Don Francisco from Chile. Talks pure Spanish. A lot of people don't know. He's Jewish. He's from New York. He appeared on Oprah Winfrey and showed his parents Star of David from the Holocaust outfits that they wore. Okay? Let me take it a step further. I met the last Holocaust survivor that had met Hitler and Mussolini.
Really?
And I bought his book and I took a picture with him.
Really?
Yes. So but let me tell you something, Brandon. Why? Because I wasn't a believer. So I dug and I found truth. I wasn't a believer of the Bible. As a matter of fact, when I was getting my first Bible, I wanted to debunk it. And I'm going to tell you why I wanted to debunk it, okay?
Okay.
Because I didn't want to be held accountable.
Okay. That's honest. Wow.
And the more and more and more and more I dug, and then I started looking into archaeology, and I was like, okay, this shit's real.
Do you know that the Star of David isn't the Star of David? That's the Star of Remphan.
A lot of people have said that.
And that's why, remember in the Bible, Stephen got stoned? He got stoned because he called out the Sadducees and the Pharisees and saying, you took up the Star of Remphan. So that star on the Israeli flag is not the Star of David. David never had a star.
No, you're absolutely right on
It's
that.
the Star of Remphan. And not to discredit what you just said.
No, I understand.
But we're just sharing information here.
Right.
But I can support it, like, literally and biblically.
Yeah, I don't believe that that's the Star of David. I don't.
No, it's not.
But I'm going to tell you how other people defend it.
Which is just the star of Saturn. And we spoke about Saturn and the Nike symbol the last time.
Right.
And all that. And then some of my friends were like, damn, dude, you really went there. I was like, yeah, I went there. Yeah.
Okay, let me tell you how some believers of the scriptures defend it.
Okay.
The Star of David. Let's look at the first triangle. It's facing down, right? Point. Here's what they say. Body, soul, and spirit. There's 3 points.
Okay.
Body, soul, and spirit. Okay. Then let's look at the one pointing up. Father, Son, Holy Ghost. You put it together, it forms Star of David. And here's what they say. Not only was Jesus all God, but he was all man.
Interesting.
And that's how a lot of people defend it. So if you guys...
Hey,
we'll talk
we
about
got
that
more
next
to
time.
talk about next time. Yeah.
Hey, brother, thank you, my bro.
No, thank you, man.
So-
I had a blast. I love the
Absolutely.
callers and the calls and the it's fucking awesome.
Awesome. Alex, do we have anything you want to share? Any super chats? Or anybody?
No, just I encourage everyone to smash that like button.
No, I saw somebody ask a question, bro. I saw somebody pay.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I
asking.
see what you're saying.
I don't want to dodge them.
No. If they pay, no, we got to give them.
Duke C dropped 199. He said, thoughts on the Lakers and LeBron James.
LeBron James is part of the club. He does his little warm up ritual. I have it.
Yeah.
He does all the signs. He does all that good stuff.
Okay.
He's definitely. I don't know if that's what he was asking for specifically, but LeBron is definitely a part of the club.
Okay.
They all wear 23, 32, or 33, or 51, or 15. Anything that equals 6.
Okay.
So you could go 2 times 3, or 3 times 2, or 1 plus 5, 5 plus 1. That's how you know. Like DeMar Hamlin was, I believe,
33.
No, he was 15.
Okay.
So he's a 6. So that's that. And then once you get that dialed in and locked in, your eyes open wide. That's why I like the picture that I took the last time. Well, I think my eyes were closed because I took Patron shots with Tony A.
With the wizard.
But at the same time, it's symbolic. Like, I'm not seeing things the same way you guys, not you particularly. I'm not seeing things the way the public's seeing things. So that's kind of like my, but man, this has been great. I mean, you guys stimulate my mind and all these questions and stuff. And I look forward to coming back again and chopping up game. Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, as far as the whole LeBron thing, I'm going to say this. They got a new coach. This guy has never been a head coach before.
Mm-hmm.
We know the leader of the Lakers right now is LeBron, so he wanted to make him happy, so he got a son. That's it. Now, I will say, sports analysts say this. His son is not up to par.
Okay.
But they made it happen. They made LeBron happy. First time in history the father and son play. It should be good to put asses in seats.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is.
Right.
So,
and here's my theory on sports.
Yes, sir.
If you can bet on it, it's rigged.
Now, I mean, okay, let's go to the next one.
Okay, Enrique Ledesma dropped $4.99. He said Google Nancy Pelosi audio where she admits it was her responsibility
for J6
to round up the security to kick out the insurrectors.
All good.
But she did it in concert with Christopher Miller and Kash Patel, like 2 quote unquote Republicans and supporters of Trump. Yeah. It's all a ruse.
When people say in concert, it happens at the same time.
Right. So. And it's a uniparty. There's not the fact that we think that there's left and right. That's an illusion. It's one uniparty.
Yes. Okay.
And that's why I like Trump, because he breaks through all of that.
All good. Go ahead. Anybody else? Why are they putting all them YouTube shit on there? I don't even know what that fuck that means.
Sharing links.
Oh, Dark Secrets. That's
what's that?
No, Dark Secrets. It's Genesis. She's got her own page, Dark Secrets.
Oh.
Okay. Please go subscribe to Dark Secrets. Look, honestly, I think she's like 3 people away from reaching 100. She just started the page like a week ago, and she talks about Dark Secrets like us.
Okay.
So, Dark Secrets, go and
that's
as a matter
Genesis.
of fact, we're gonna go ahead and put it on the description, so you guys can go subscribe. Genesis just started Dark Secrets. If you like the way she spit tonight, you're gonna love what she's got putting out.
Dope.
Go ahead, bro.
Zapata Vive dropped $2. He said, Brendo, read American Holocaust for next time.
American Holocaust. Okay, I'm writing it in my notes. Zapata, right? American Holocaust.
No, the guy's name is
Zapata. Yeah.
Zapata Vive.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just acknowledging his name since he's breaking bread with everyone,
Okay, that's it.
Okay, if you guys saw Dark Secrets on the live chat, go there and subscribe. I'm trying to get her, like, she just started like this page a week ago. We're trying to get her at least 100 people. She's like 3 people away from 100 subscribers.
Because on Instagram or YouTube?
It's YouTube.
Okay.
It's YouTube. Subscribe. Believe me, you guys will not be disappointed. She kicks a lot of knowledge. Like the shit that she said tonight, she's going to be kicking a lot of knowledge.
Yeah, she supported like what we said about the whole meth thing. Yeah.
So, and Google, Joe Rogan talks about fucking Hitler on meth. Like, it'll pop up. That
really?
Shit is fucking
he
crazy,
does?
bro.
He does talk about it?
Bro, Joe Rogan gets away with a lot of shit, bro.
He does.
I mean, he says shit. Okay. I like Alex Jones.
Alex Jones is a Zionist, but go ahead.
But
he, okay.
But sometimes I'm like, that shit is far out, bro. And then
because he does that on purpose to discredit the truth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's controlled opposition.
Okay.
He's controlled opposition, meaning he's going to give you nuggets, but
Yeah.
then he's going to act like a Fruit Loop. You know what I mean?
I like that. I
I
thought I was the only one that used nuggets.
No, like Ryan Garcia too. We gotta
Oh
start,
my God, that
we got to
guy.
start thinking about that guy. Like,
what's up with that guy, bro?
first I thought, oh, okay, but no, it's to make Trump look bad. Like, because everything that he's saying aligns like with the narrative that you and I share, or the common opinion that you and I share, and then he'll just. But then again, why would they? But I feel he's being targeted.
I think so too, because now he was suspended for a whole year, and now he's saying he's just retired.
Right.
So
it's a slippery slope.
It is. Okay, let me give my shout outs and then we're out. Let me give a shout out once again. Number one, Alex Cervantes Enterprise. Let me give a shout out to the Hip Hop Jedi. Let me give a shout out to Marvelous Inc., my co-host, my son B. Scanless, and also to Forever Genesis. Once again, our moderator. And let me give a shout out once again to Brando for coming through.
Thank you, sir.
After 11 days of going
Yes,
MIA on me, he comes back. So other than that,
shout out to my wife Diane.
Absolutely,
Love her
Diane,
lots.
much love. Thank you for allowing him to come here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Other
she's
than that, this will not be his last time here. I'm gonna try to get him on Freaky Tales, and we'll go from there. So other than that, everybody in the live chat, everybody that decided not to be in the live chat, everybody who called in, everybody who commented, subscribed, unsubscribed, disliked, liked, it doesn't matter. You guys still watch. Much love, much respect. Thank you guys. And we are out of here, and see you guys on Saturday on Freaky Tales.
All right.
We are out of here.
What's that, brother?